Good evening, and welcome once again to Late Night Micah. You know, it's a weird thing to see cancel culture take effect on something. It really is. Because the one thing that I find wildest and most insane is that they never, ever, ever relent. Social justice warriors want people to die, in a sense. They want their careers to die. They want their lives to go to shit. They don't want people to have any sort of economic opportunities. They simply want you to be silenced. And it's a scary thought. At least I think it is. Now, here's my perspective. There is a necessity to fight every single time that these types of people try to destroy someone. Because you have two options. You can fight or you can bend the knee. Here's the thing. If you bend the knee, there's still no forgiveness from social justice warriors. There never is. I've said this in articles, I've said this in videos, so on and so forth. The fact of the matter is, there is no forgiveness in the Church of Woke. If you do not constantly adhere to their tenets, you must be destroyed. That is their mantra. That is the attitude that fuels cancel culture. Now, where I sit with everything is that I said days ago, Nick Barucci has to do one of two things. Because the social justice warriors are putting him in a position where he can't play both sides. He has to choose Comicsgate or he has to choose the social justice warriors. He chose the SJWs. And by the way, when Ethan in that live stream said that Nick told him the hardest thing to do after you kneel is get back up, I believe it. I believe it, but it's something I'll never experience because I've never bent the knee. The thing is, you commit to being Comicsgate, and I've said this to every single person that wants to be Comicsgate, you commit to Comicsgate, you had best prepare to fight. Because that is a title that you will wear forever. Not because you want to wear it forever, but because everyone else is going to make you wear it forever. So you might as well wear it proud. Because those are the people, the fans, who are going to shelter you from the storm. I personally have the opinion, don't bend the knee to anyone but God. And that is how I've lived my entire life. Don't bend the knee to anyone but the Lord. In fact, that's something my dad said about me once, long time ago. My dad and I got into an argument. And he said afterwards, when we were at Dairy Queen having dinner together, because we finally came to an understanding like father and son usually do. And what he said was, you know, I knew that if I ever wanted to get you out, if I ever was going to have to force you out of your bedroom, I'd have to call a SWAT team. Because there's nobody that's moving you except God. And that's the attitude you need to have whenever it comes to the mob. No one moves me except God. It is a massive, massive statement. And it's a massive, massive commitment that you have to take every single fucking time that the mob comes for you. And the mob's not always just the social justice types either. Because I've had the SJWs come for me. They never win. I've also had the Jesus Campaign, Edwin and Mike's fans, and Doug TeNaples fans come after me. By the way, guys, how well did you do with trying to get people to refund fucking Inglewood? 0. And I have other people that constantly say they want to go to war with me. Nobody's won yet. Because I will give no ground. Because there's people that rely on me. I'm not alone in this. That's why Sleeveless Comics is called Sleeveless Comics. It is not just because I don't wear sleeves very often, it's because it is something that you guys chose. It is something that you guys put your stamp on. Create a brand called Sleeveless. That's what people wanted, and so I did. But there's something else that a lot of people have wanted from me for a long fucking time. A lot of people have wanted me to step up and really embrace being on YouTube, really embrace being who I am as a man. And putting my foot down to make sure that people will always understand that they have a place to go and somebody to talk to and somebody to rely upon when the mob comes. And by the way, I have friends in Comicsgate that the mob has come for them. And the first thing I try to tell them is, I am here for you when you need me. Because I believe Comicsgate's a brotherhood. It goes beyond just being a creator or a member of the community. There's a purpose to it. There's a message. Now we're fighting in trenches I helped dig 3 years ago. Now granted, your boy Zach did the majority of the digging, but I was there too. And I've stayed in those trenches. Unlike Phil Cummings, unlike all these other idiots, the rest of the OGs whose names I don't even remember at this point because there's nothing memorable about them. I stayed in those trenches because it's what I believed in. And I believed in taking care of the consumer. And I understand the market and the way that it's supposed to go. That's what Optimus and I are going to talk about tonight. And I want people to understand something. I'm also not going to try to play the middle ground between the politic end of things and the comic book end of things, like fucking Doug Ernst likes to do. People already know that Doug and I don't like each other, so I might as well just say that. You know, I don't have any respect for the man. I think he's a prick. But he is wishy-washy when it comes to either comics or politics. He will not pick just one. He will not talk about what actually makes things work. because he probably thinks that he would lose the political element. Listen, buddy, Tim Lim and fucking what's his face, Brett Smith would still talk to you. You know, just stop palling around with fucking scumbags like Edwin and fucking John Del Rose. Stand up, for the love of God, Doug, you spineless fucking jellyfish. But that's the interesting thing. Sleeveless Comics is comic books with a spine, isn't it? Yes, that's a play on words. But I'm dressed like a really bad Fist of the North Star cosplayer tonight. Because I wanted to say something. I wanted to finally fucking embrace who I am and what I do. People have asked me for a long time that I should give my fan base a name. That I should put something out there. A lot of people suggested the Curtis Crusaders. It never really sat well with me. You know? And though I love the term Deus Vult, never really sat super comfortable with me as a slogan for what I do. I want something different. I want to be me. I am not some guy in armor. I'm a dude in a fucking vest and a metal band shirt and a cross around his neck. Oftentimes I've called people the patron saints. Still didn't sit that well with me. I said to myself, what do I need? What do I want from my fans? What is the sort of confidence in ourselves that I want us to have as Comicsgate? It's very simple. Comicsgate is an army. And my fans, those of you in the audience, you are the Sleeveless Army. You are the spine. You are the backbone of everything that I do. And everything that is associated with this brand. You are the army that makes this thing tick. So, that will be the hashtag going forward. That will be the whole thing. Anytime you see one of the people I'm working with on a live stream, make sure that you say hello to them and say, Sleeveless Army represent. That's what we're going to say. That's what we're going to put out there. So that they know that they've got backup. They know that the consumer is with them. And we're going to stand up for what we believe in. And we believe that the consumer should be the ones taken care of. So hail the Sleeveless Army. My fans. People who make everything that I do worth it. Thank you for choosing me. All right. Is Optimus here yet? Yes, he's been listening to this entire time. What's up, brother?
Well, at least 2 minutes of it. I just got here about 2 minutes ago, so yeah. But what I did catch, I do wholeheartedly, feel you on that. So, what's the what was the recap on that? Because I did miss a little bit of because I was running around doing some things before I got here.
Well, basically, I was just saying that putting some stuff out there to show that I am kind of embracing everything that I've been doing even more than I already have. So I finally gave my fan base a nickname.
Okay, that sounds great. We unofficially had one. I guess we can officially, because I need to do it because we got a membership option, but I haven't like fulfilled, put it in place yet because I just ain't had the time. And it was Xavier who came up with it, calling it the Graded Legion.
There you go.
So ours, our fan base is, and the thing is, it's like a lot of people say, well, you got the Graded Legion, you got this, you got Ethan's fans, blah, blah. They're all fans.
Yeah.
And they can all be a part of the same, even if you don't, just for us. I'm not saying you have to buy a subscription to our channel to be in the Graded Legion. You are part of the Graded Legion because you come to our channel. Same thing with you. What did you say? Sleeveless.
Sleeveless Army.
Same Sleeveless Army. So if they come, even if you do get to the point of memberships, they're still going to be the Sleeveless Army no matter what. They're still supporting you. That the fans are, they're if not for the fans, I keep telling people, well, not for the fans, none of us would be here. What would be the point? We'd be talking to ourselves. So
Amen to that. All right, people are saying that my mic is a little low, so I'm gonna turn me up a bit. Hopefully that helps.
You were fine. Oh well, it might be on that end.
Yeah, maybe so. Because I'm maxed out on OBS and everything. So
yeah, StreamYard. You sound fine here on the StreamYard part. So yeah, there you go. Xavier said you could belong to more than one club.
Exactly.
Yes, and the thing is, it's like when we say club, it's not about like segregating. It's just about I'm a fan of this, I'm a fan of that. Like back in the day, and I'm sure you're going to talk about this in a few minutes. About that person who was making waves last night. You were a Marvel fan, you were a DC fan. You had arguments with your friends. Oh, Superman could beat the Hulk. Nuh-uh. that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you were still a fan of comics. Even if you preferred DC or you preferred Marvel.
Exactly.
Whatever. So if you prefer Three Knights but you don't like Peregrine, fair enough. But you're still a fan of comics.
Exactly.
So.
Also, Chaos Sonic throws in a buck. Says, "Hey Micah, what's going on? We're gonna have fun tonight. That's what's going on."
Some, as they say, some things did happen. That's the best way to put it. Some things did happen.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking a lot of crazy stuff. I really think that like the market stuff we might have to table because the Cecil stuff seems to be the hot topic. Yeah. And we'll get to that in a second. Real quick, we're actually gonna do a little comic promotion.
Yeah.
Because we kind of sell those things.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yep. So let me go ahead and bring this up. There's going to be a few different things that I promote today. We're going to start, of course, 3 Nights, 4 Days, Part 1, Part Uno. We are past the 250 backer mark, which is huge. That's almost half of the backers that we had on Inglewood. We're not quite outpacing the original campaign. What we're doing pretty well. No, actually, we probably still are. But I didn't check the numbers. But anyway, we have a brand new featured perk, the comic and the poster, $50. Poster is shipped, of course. It's shipped separately, but it's shipped in a tube, so that way it stays high quality, and it's one that you can frame. Because obviously, I am a fan of framed posters. I plan on, what are the dimensions on the Peregrine Inglewood one?
11 by 17.
11 by 17. So that'll probably take over Beta Ray Bill or Venom's spot behind me. But I plan on having Thanos there move into my bedroom, and then having the cover to 3 Nights actually being over there. We are going to do, I don't know the dimensions on this one yet, but we're going to do the cover of 3 Nights, 4 Days as an option. Or you can also get the special one that I had commissioned called Battle Prayer. This is by the very talented Chris Love, who did the poster for Inglewood as well. And I like any future pinups for the stuff I'm doing, he's going to be the guy I look for. Because just the one he did of Angelica, damn. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And by the way, there are add-ons, folks, for quite literally everything in this damn campaign. So you can customize your tier however you want to. Real quick, let me have a look and see what Chaos Onyx said here, because he threw money at me, so I'm going to make sure I read it. So, and the beauty of StreamYards is that he does not, or no YouTube tax.
Yeah, exactly.
Chaos Sonic just says, when it comes to fandom, I try to usually take a look at the stuff before I consider myself a fan. That is true. That's probably a smart idea. So, all right. Since Optimus is here, of course, Peregrine Wings of the Falcon is at 43,975. So if somebody backs this book, they're at 44K. So if there's somebody in the audience right now you have not backed Peregrine yet, please do so.
Actually, I will say it's 43,915. It went down, and it's not. I'm not, because it was the person backed it and then he refunded. I was like, "What's going on?" And I went and did a check, and he had already backed it like 3 days ago. So I'm not. You know what I mean? He didn't. I don't think. I think he's kind of like one of those things. I backed it. Oh wait, I already backed it. What am I doing?
Oh damn it! Well, should have gotten a different cover. That's what I did.
Well, it's funny because he got the Preston cover, and then he ordered cover A, and then he got another Preston cover.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I think it's okay. I ain't begrudging. That's business.
Still,
that's what happens.
So $85 away.
$85 away, exactly. And
so, what can they buy to get that? Did you set up add-ons on your campaign at all?
Yeah. I've got them set up on A and B and Preston's cover that they can buy any of the other covers. Or the prints, if they want to do things like kind of a la carte kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, and
heck, honestly, if somebody gets all 3 covers, that'd get you there.
Yeah.
So, somebody seriously consider this, guys, because these covers are beautiful. All of them are. Yeah. I do like the manga cover. I love Preston's for obvious reasons, and then of course Doug's original is just beautiful, beautiful work. This is a classic comic cover. It really is.
Yeah.
It has what I call proper iconography. That is the. Now here's a question.
Yeah.
Can I show the posters, or do you want to wait?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay.
Because Piper signed off. She's good to go. She has approved them. So, I wanted to tell you this. Just a little feel good. I showed Cider Hype the final. For the Star Supreme poster.
Uh-huh.
And he said, I was having a bad day until this moment. Thank you.
That is...
So if Armand, you're listening, good job.
He did phenomenal with these. He really did. He poured himself into this work, too.
Yeah, we had to beat him a little bit, but...
you gotta give a little Steiner recliner on occasion.
Yeah, you gotta lean. Yeah, gotta crack that back a little bit on him, but he's all right. He got it.
Yep. But guys, these are the ones that you will be getting for free with your order. You've got the crossover between Star Supreme with the Colossals coming soon from our friend Cider Hype. I love Cider, man. Yeah, I should have him on sometime to talk about the Colossals when he's closer to launch.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that book, and I just like him a lot as a person.
Yeah.
So. But the character Star Supreme and also Peregrine here, beautiful cover. I've basically been seeing the whole creative process behind this cover since the start. So after the pencils were done.
Yeah. By the way, the pencil's phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
I just can't. The artist that Cider got for this was amazing.
Oh, absolutely. He did a phenomenal job. And Armand on these posters has been on just a whole nother fucking level. Seriously, he has improved so much from Inglewood #1. And now you guys can see exactly what the color style is going to be on Inglewood Book 2 with this one.
Yeah. This is Armand's evolution, I think. He went from a good colorist to a really good colorist, and he's heading towards great.
Oh, yeah.
And you could tell that just from, the difference between your what you have in Inglewood and this, and like I said, that's not knocking the Inglewood covers. They were, really, really good, but you can just see that's how he's progressed, and you've helped him, you've been helping him. Piper's been helping him, coaching him. We want to see this, do this, try this. That zoom on the, Peregrine, her going down that trail.
Yep.
It's just amazing. And I like that. Yeah, he made the change because that was something I was a little worried about. He made the change where it was darker, but as you get closer to the tower, it lights up because the tower's lit up.
Yep.
You have the background. That's just awesome.
Yeah, this is just a beautiful freaking comic book, a beautiful poster, and it's gonna be the next comic from us will be beautiful. And the first, everybody's saying, as critical as what I am of my own work, everybody's telling me it's like, dude, I love the art of issue number 1. Don't change it too radically.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's gonna be one of those books that, or the next book is gonna be fantastic, and I got a few more pages done on. It was kind of a stressful week for me, as Optimus already knows, so I didn't get a whole lot of the Inglewood Peregrine crossover finished, but I did get a few pages done, and it's looking. It's going to be one to people are just going to lose their minds over it.
Yeah, we've got some. Let's put. The only thing I can say about it is if you really like mentor style, mentor student style stories, and I'll really say if you loved Rocky IV, you're going to get that feeling. You're going to get all I can say is like when the part in Rocky IV when he cuts Drago, and Duke gets him in the corner and he says, "You hurt him, you cut him. He's not a machine. He's a man." There is a moment like that in this book.
Yep.
And I think you're all going to love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I really, really feel like my writing has been on another level since I finished Inglewood. Mm-hmm. I've just gone a step beyond. I've gone from Super Saiyan Blue to Ultra Instinct.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm working at a different level.
You're at Ultra Instinct, as they call Ultra Instinct defense, right?
Yes.
You're at the point where you can dodge easily, but soon you're going to have like the power of offense as well. Like you're slowly but that's the thing. It's like working up. You work up, you get better, you keep doing, you keep going. I forgot who it was. Some one year, years and years ago, somebody told me. He says, "When you stop learning is the day you die."
Exactly.
And you can always learn, even from yourself, from other people. Don't be afraid of criticism. I mean, structured criticism. Some people always, you're an asshole, you can't write. Well, that's not criticism. That's just somebody being a jerk. God damn it, Xavier.
I like the part where the car blows. Yeah, there is that. Yeah. It's there's a lot of cool stuff in it. I even worked in a Bruce Lee reference.
There you go.
So people are gonna really, really love it. Not to mention, Armand is the one who came up. So for those of you who actually no, people don't have it because the director's cuts of Inglewood just went out. Let me just say that there is a mode that is mentioned in the director's cut that the Saint has on his armor. You see, this silver bit in the center is not for show. Mm-hmm. It's actually a button that if he presses it, it causes all of this because the undersheath of his outfit, the hoodie is made from the same material. It causes all of it to turn Vanta black, which is so black that it absorbs light. It literally becomes a shadow. And there's actually a lot of use of that too. So I know Armand is really looking forward to coloring it, to using that coloring in the second book because it's going to be crazy. So, but anyway, because he sadly was not able to be here, Xenotype Volume 1 from my friend Liam Gray. I was on Liam's stream earlier. He actually, he was so fired up over what happened to Cecil that he did a live stream on no sleep, and I went in there and hung out with him. So, but I promised him I'd do a little bit of promotion for him. Xenotype Volume 1, they're just a few $100s away from hitting that 60 grand mark American. So if you have not backed the book yet, please do so. I do understand that it is a pricey backing. One thing I will tell you is that thankfully now Indiegogo has started doing this, is that you can actually see what the cost of something in the conversion is going to be of $28, like for the Xeno Devil variant, so on and so forth. This is a great feature that they added, by the way. But then again, Liam has had one of the biggest campaigns from outside the United States. Mm-hmm. So it's a good thing that they added this, because that kind of hurt him at the start. And now people are kind of understanding how much money they're spending. So this is a huge book. It's basically a trade paperback. It's $200.
Yeah.
or not 200. It was 200 pages.
Don't care to say. Whoa.
Yeah, and from what and Spartan Scotsman, the colorist, I'm tight with all the people that are working on this book.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know Captain Fuckhead that well, but everybody else I'm tight with.
Cap is a good dude. So
I've heard so.
I will personally vouch for Cap. He's a good dude. No, you're supposed to call him Captain Frederick Head, by the way.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah, because he said that Captain Fuckhead just doesn't sound very professional, does it?
No, but I would recommend when it comes to this book. This is the one I got, was the Gold Edition graphic novel, which is a left to right reading, full color. Spartan Scotsman is a amazing colorist. Hopefully someday he and I will get to work together. He's a true professional, and he's very, very experienced. So as you can see here in the comparison shots, it's beautiful looking. And Odie's Odie. And I really want to get him to do a cover at some point of one of my books. And I know that Liam will probably say yes, so I'm not too worried about that. But all right, I got to check a couple things real quick, and then we're going to do one more campaign. I'm going to shill it, and then we'll get to the subject at hand, because there's a lot going on today. So a couple more donations. Let's see here, both from Chaos Sonic. He says, did you manage to find Kamen Rider Black and RX? If not, I can send you to a site that'll have it. And then sent another one. He said, what exactly happened to Cecil? We'll be getting to that next. We'll be getting to that soon. Just short version, we'll go into detail later, but short version is Dynamite canceled the cover campaign that had his likeness on it. And as such, Ethan Van Sciver has actually severed business ties with Dynamite Comics. Mm-hmm. So, huge news, Comicsgate-wise, because a lot of people thought that that's the direction that Ethan was going to be going in the future. Looks like that's not going to be the case. Finally, last campaign I wanted to shill today is from another friend of mine in the movement, Martina Marcoda. Mm-hmm. Martina is an awesome human being, but she's also known as Lady Alchemy. And she has her own comic book that is being written by my friend Von Klaus. Von's been on not this channel, but he's been on my old channel before. Great dude, very talented writer, true professional. Love the dude, love him a lot. And she basically has a comic book about her character of Lady Alchemy.
Yeah, her character.
Yep.
Novel concept. How novel that Lady Alchemy would be about Lady Alchemy.
Yeah. And it's basically a story about her origins, that character's origins. So, beautifully drawn. I don't remember the name of the artist. But he's very talented, obviously.
Yeah, because she was going with Matt Weldon, but he had to pull out and do another project, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
But the new artist is really good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, really, really good.
So, definitely check the book out, see if it's something you guys will enjoy. I just wanted to support Martina because she's been a good buddy of mine. I've been helping her out with some stuff behind the scenes, too. Kind of advising on a couple of things that are going on in regards to copyright, and Doug TenNapel getting his nose in the wrong place, which is probably part of the reason that whenever I showed up in that stream on Oz's channel, Doug got very quiet.
He know what we know.
Oh, yeah.
That's all there is to it. He know what we know.
And Doug, I might know even more.
Mm-hmm.
So, figured I'd throw that one out there.
Yeah.
I have eyes everywhere and ears everywhere else, people. So, don't go to war with me. You won't win. I had Hatman, who's been working with me for 3 years. I asked him, I'm like, dude, of all the people that have gone to war with me, can you think of anybody that ever won? And he couldn't. He's like, no. So, people still fucking declare it, which is hilarious to me. Yep. So, all right, what's up with the chat? Angry Green Boss says, I'll be there for a second chance campaign. I think he's referring to Inglewood, and yes, we will definitely be doing that. I'm going to be talking with, now that Armand is done with that, I'm going to be talking with Brian and Armand about doing a new cover. Mm-hmm. If Brian is unable to do one, I will probably just take the hit financial and commission another one. I got a couple people that I got that I want to do a cover for me at some point. Did you ever see the campaign Cybershock?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get the chance to back it. Sadly, it is it's closed now.
I have it. Yeah, I got it.
It's got beautiful artwork, and the guy who does it, who did the art, whose name is Howard Young Zhu. He has an art style very similar to one of my favorite artists of all time, Yoji Shinkawa. If the name sounds kind of familiar, he's the guy who worked with Kojima for, well, I think he still does, worked with Hideo Kojima to come up with the designs of a lot of characters in the Metal Gear Solid series, and I think for, what else? My brain's not working. Oh, Death Stranding.
Oh, okay.
So, real quick, let's see from the chat. That's that's Testify. Hey, Testify, get the fuck out of here.
Michael Beacon says 7 Legions closes international / double pack tier, retail tier, and for the troops tier tomorrow. That's cool. Michael, I saw you sent a poll and I voted on it. What ended up winning? Because I haven't checked in a while. Because he sent a poll about how he wanted to do printing. What his customers prefer, and I was wondering which way that was going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But anyway, on to positive things. Because there's no point in talking about people who are absolutely worthless or come across like they would be the kind of guy that would probably kill a black man in the street. But and yeah, that is how I feel about Testify. I have a feeling that if that guy was indeed a cop, that motherfucker was probably crooked as hell. But he strikes me as the kind of guy that would like stuff a dime bag in a college kid's pocket just to arrest him. He's a piece of shit.
So just so everybody knows, go check out 7 Legions, because it's basically 2 books. It was supposed to be at issue 1 and issue 2, but people decided that they'd rather have both books in a trade, so it will be trade perfect bound. So definitely go check that out when you get a chance, because the art's great. In fact, one time I think it was John Malin and Ethan were looking at campaigns. And they actually said that Michael's cover, I think it was his cover, was one of the best things they'd ever seen. So, gives you an idea, about how good it looks. So. Yep.
Oh, Darth Bobcat is wanting to know the StreamYards link. If not StreamYards, Streamlabs. Yeah. Hardboiled, if you could please put that in the chat for me, I would appreciate it. But yeah. Okay, sorry. That actually kind of pissed me off. I really hate it when people come after my friends, which is why I, have put such a foot down when it comes to Martina. And the same thing is, I'm very defensive of Liam, because Liam is my friend. I don't agree with everything Liam does. He definitely wears his heart on his sleeve. Now, me, I don't have any sleeves, so I guess I have no heart. So.
Mm-hmm. I have no sleeves, so I have no heart.
Yeah. But anyway, God, we've been going for almost 45 minutes already.
Well, you had to get your stuff out of the way.
Yep.
But I guess it's just dive right in now, right?
Yeah. So where should we start? I mean, should we get into the market stuff, or should we get into the Cecil stuff? Because people in the chat kind of said... kind
of split on it, won't they? I'd say do the market stuff and then close out with that, with the Cecil stuff.
Yeah.
Just so we hit both, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
real quick, Chaos sure. Sonic also threw in another buck, and he said, "Why is every time I hear Doug TeNapel, I hear a version of Micah pressing the Jew button, and you didn't tell me if you managed to find it or not." I will find it, don't worry.
Dude, I sense Exterminatus for Doug TeNapel.
Nah, he ain't even worth the ammo. But
yeah, that'd be a check your fire. He's not worth it, right?
Oh yeah, those things cost money. Don't waste them.
Yeah.
But anyway, the so where are we starting? I'm sorry, my brain just kind of market.
Yeah.
So there was a Twitter thing. Because
and
there's always a Twitter thing.
Yeah. that I will admit I probably got too involved in more than I usually would. But I did because I was trying to grasp and understand where this was coming from. So,
Yep.
but yeah, continue. Sorry.
Oh shit. Preston just got back to me. So Preston's on Ethan's stream right now, right?
Yeah.
And they're also kind of doing auction stuff too. And I
Yeah.
said, sell the Seder. You'll make a lot of money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's apparently like packed away somewhere.
I told him, I sent him a text because the sketch for the Peregrine cover ain't the only sketch that he did. And I told him, if you want to sell them, go ahead. And he said he's got those packed away. I was like, damn it, dude.
I know, right?
I mean, granted, the stuff he sold last night, that Godzilla piece was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I even tried to buy it. And, of course, in a way, also, I drove the price up. So, help Preston get more money anyway.
Exactly.
Because he's our boy. We want to look out for him.
Absolutely. So got a guy who was says he's a CGer, but doesn't seem to like CG creators much. So I find very strange.
Yeah. He says that caused a divide.
Well, it kind of did, but that's because the OG CG people didn't like attention being taken away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's be honest. That's the reason why Phil Cummings did what he did. Phil is, and this is going to be the only time I mention Phil for a while because he's not really worth bringing up unless it's something historical. The one time he was important in his life. But with Phil, the reason that Phil turned on Ethan was not because of any sort of principles shit. If he had principles, he wouldn't be hanging out and sucking John Delarose's dick. But
I will not bow down except to this one guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that proved beyond a shadow of a doubt he's nothing but a shady POS.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that because John is so short, I'm guessing that Phil would have to sit. But, anyway, but this, there was that rift, but I have no reason to believe that it was for any reason but extreme jealousy at popular or people becoming popular, and they didn't get that popularity, so they're mad about it.
Yeah, because
the arguments that I have seen from folks do not make any fucking sense to me. This guy's a really good example of it. So, let me just kind of bring up what he had said here. Bring up the Twitter.
Mm-hmm. And I want to point out, he seems that, I'll put it this way, I don't think this person is a bad person. He didn't go crazy or anything like that. But
he's not a dick.
No, he didn't. Yeah. I mean, he did get a little accusatory with me, and I did back him down a bit because what he was saying wasn't true.
Yeah.
But the gist of it is that he's saying that Comicsgate exists, and I want the chat to pay very close attention. Comicsgate only exists to save Marvel and DC characters. And that because that there's a marketing machine, i.e. the Comicsgate creator, which both Micah and I are a part of at this point.
Yep.
That caused division, and that we shouldn't be a part of Comicsgate because of that. And I was explaining it's well, when your ideals line up with creator and consumer, why can't the creator be a part of part of the movement?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when, this is something that conservative guy.
Can we get a fuck him?
But what I was saying to him is and I basically told the story of Graded as it came to Comicsgate. I said we came to Comicsgate to be critical of the mainstream, because we hosted a lot of streams where we just talked about the BS that was going on, and then promoting creators. And I said, we didn't decide, as far as Graded goes, we didn't decide to be a creator until, this year, really, So for 2.5 years, we didn't, we were just doing. Gotta mind your own self.
Yeah.
But until this year, and so because he made the accusation that you were only in this to to sell your comic. I'm like, no, because I didn't get in this to sell comics. That wasn't my original intention. So that dog don't hunt with me. So, and he would say like, well, but you would prefer if you bought, that I bought your book instead of buying Wolverine. I was like, well, smart business says yes. Of course, I would rather you buy my book, because why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
But if you decide to buy Wolverine, what can I do about it? He said, well, then the argument was that Comicsgate creators tried to steer people away from the mainstream. I'm like, the people in Comicsgate already left the mainstream.
Yup.
And the only people left, and we know some of them, that want to, quote, save the mainstream, are trying to kayak up a waterfall at this point. My point was, I think I even said that, like, once Donnie Cates like blocked me on Twitter and was being an asshole, I said I was done. I was done. There was no need for me to even deal with, that kind of crap. And he said, so one guy blocks you and that hurts your feelings? I'm like, no, it didn't hurt my feelings. It's unprofessional.
Bingo.
And there is no professionalism in that regard. And I said, and so why would I want to buy his books? I'm just not going to do it anymore. And granted, his Venom one was great.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's denying that his Venom run was not great and well written. Nobody. But on principle, if I don't stand on a principle that somebody acts unprofessional to me, that I will no longer give them my business, then I am not in the right headspace. I'm not in the right, in my opinion, the right kind of person for a CG.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I don't stand behind that principle to say, if you're unprofessional to me, then I'm not going to deal with you anymore, then what was the point? And then, he talked about, so you would give up on Wolverine, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, absolutely. I said, I don't need to hear Tom King's psychiatric sessions through Batman.
Exactly. And that's something that a lot of people don't seem to understand. My beef was this idea, and this is by the way, this is not against Ethan at all. I actually DM'd him before or during his stream, and basically said, I know that this situation is not easy to go through. I know you expected much better of this deal to happen. I know it's not easy to cut business ties with somebody you consider a friend. Just know that God's always in your court, and I've got your back if you need me.
Yeah.
Just let him know he's still got friends. Because whenever things like this happen, you want to know you've still got friends.
You feel, when something like that happens, you feel alone.
Yeah.
At first. And it takes a little while for you to realize that you still got your other friends, He considered Nick Barucci a friend. He probably still does.
Yeah.
But how can you respect a friend that would just, let's be honest, cuck out on you like that?
Yeah, exactly. So, and by the way, like, I've been saying for a while, behind the scenes, not really so much openly, that I didn't think that Dynamite was going to pan out that well. Mm-hmm. Because
my feeling on Dynamite, this, before you go on, the reason I feel about Dynamite was I didn't see it as a sustainable thing. Yeah. Right? How many people can do covers? I mean, we know 10, 11, 12 artists who could be on that level. Easy. Yeah. But eventually that has diminishing returns, right? Because
exactly.
Eventually, how many copies of Vampirella #1 or Vengeance of Vampirella #1 or Vampirella versus the whatever #1 can you reprint?
I want to write Vampirella versus the whatever. That'd be hilarious. Real quick, I just got to put in here. Darth Bobcat said, put in $1, said, self-publishing my own book makes me admire the logistical fortitude to ship and print the darn thing with Amazon backing you up, making me much more patient with some late Comicsgate campaigns. Yes, publishing and self-publishing is fucking hard,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, All right.
But yeah, exactly.
Finally got my 2 computers set so I can really manage this stream properly.
The command center is at full power again.
Yes. Plus, still have a computer that has a monitor free to be my billboard. So
There you go. Yeah.
But anyway, but that the thing is that, and let me just address Rich Cook's statement here. He says he sold out CG to a company that backs Wade and Antifa. He's not to be babied for that. So let me just say this. I don't think that I'm babying Ethan. I think that he made a business mistake, which happens from time to time. I've made them. Everybody will inevitably make them at one point or another. Mm-hmm. The last thing that you ever want is somebody to fucking kick you while you're down. And I am not that type of person. I like to raise people up. Yeah. Because that generally is what you want from people. Kicking people while they're down is a cancel culture sort of fucking, attitude. Mm-hmm. This person pissed you off and you want them to suffer because they made the mistake of pissing you off. Mm-hmm. I get that, but, and I'm not going to lie, Ethan has pissed me off lately. The whole fucking Comicsgate Year Zero thing and his chat, here's the thing with like the Liam Hitler thing. He compared Ethan to Hitler, or Liam to Hitler, as a joke. Mm-hmm. The chat, his audience, compared me to Hitler for reasons I don't know. It was probably just part of the Kick Micah thing. Yeah. But I got a little pissed off about this because I recently found out about my Jewish heritage. Being of that descendancy and being compared to somebody that wanted you eradicated off the face of the earth and killed members of my extended family on my birth mother's side. Mm-hmm. Not fun. Not a fun feeling. I was pretty pissed off. And I chewed him out about it. But at the same time, I also understood that there are things bigger than my ego. Mm-hmm. And that whole Comicsgate Year Zero thing, yeah, it frustrated me. But at the same time, I talked to him about it later, and there's a lot of things we don't agree on, but that's okay. There's a lot of things I don't agree on with a lot of people, but there's no reason for me to just kick them while they're down. I do not want the destruction of Ethan Van Sciver. I do not want to for him to constantly be miserable because he made a decision I don't agree with. Mm-hmm. I want him at some point to realize that he did not make the right decision and move on from there and grow as a person.
And I think, looking at the stream tonight, pretty much, looking at the chat, they and what he said, he was on point. He made the decision that, to walk away from, Dynamite.
Yeah.
No more. He even told Kanan, who was in his stream. I don't know if he's there now, but he was earlier, because he had it's kind of like I think it was the mutant hamster whatever Cyberfrog crossover, and that looks like that's dead. But he told Kanan that him and EJ and the other person that was working on it, he says we'll get something else going. That won't be a problem. Yeah. So.
And they could just as easily, Ethan should what I would do if I were in Ethan's shoes is I would just put together a script for Cyberfrog, like a Cyberfrog 90s story. Mm-hmm. Like with him going up against like fucking Shockroach or something, like just a quick 36 to 48 page book.
Just a good throw.
If he doesn't have time to write it, I'll write it for him.
Yeah, quick throwback book.
Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck. Like I know enough about the character at this point where I could do it. And that way those guys, and I'll just take a cheap page rate, because it probably wouldn't take me that long to write it anyway. But, I don't want people to suffer just because of one mistake, especially when I have all these other times and good times of the two of us hanging out. He's never fucking thrown me to the wolves.
Right. He just wanted to use you as a meat shield, but,
Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked as a fucking in security. Who else is better as a meat shield than me?
Yeah. Exactly.
I've literally had to be a meat shield for people before. So, I had there's so many bouncer stories I could tell. God. There's so many more than what I've already told. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to address that. Nothing against you, Rich Cook. I just wanted to throw that out there. You know, I get where you're coming from, but that's just not my style. You know.
No.
So, back to this dude. I guess the two are kind of tied together. You know, in a weird sense.
It's kind of weird how it all comes together and it's kind of the same wash. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that there is this guy was basically saying, what happens when you don't notice them? It's all I'm communicating to comics creators, whether it be Malin or Cecil or Clint or Fraga, without you specifically blessing and promoting it, they will be alone. CG will not uplift them. People need to know that. So he's basically saying that Comicsgate will not uplift creators that aren't highlighted on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. So let's be honest about something here. I was on that show to promote Inglewood quite a few times. I have not been on there to promote Three Nights at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Preston got the chance to while he was on there. I don't think that I picked up any more backers, so I'm assuming it's no.
He's still there, by the way.
Oh, well, fuck, dude. Preston, god damn it. But,
I'm sure, like I said, you know, they're doing this interesting thing, which I think is a good idea to keep people, because auction streams are cool, I think, but they don't hold viewers as well.
Yeah.
So it's good to intermix the auctions with commentary about other things.
Yeah, exactly.
So
but hopefully he'll think about it. Fuck.
Yeah.
Doc Salem's already in demand, damn it. Sorry. I do need help promoting, guys. So if anybody out there during the course of the day can help us promote 3 Nights, 4 Days, I would really appreciate it. You know, we want to get to 20K. I want that Vinny cover, God damn it. So.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I've talked to Caleb, and we're gonna work on something. I think we can. We're gonna spice that trailer up a bit, and I think that'll help.
Sweet.
I think that'll help a lot. So.
But here's the thing: is 3 Nights, 4 Days was not on there. He didn't know. Ethan did not know Peregrine existed until he was on my show on Late Night Micah, and I said, "Hey, let's do a thing tonight where we promote campaigns that we want to get some more eyes on. You know, we'll obviously do our own, and we'll do other ones, but let's do some smaller ones too." And he's like, "Hell yeah, dude, let's do that." So one of the ones that I picked was Peregrine. And if you go back and you watch that stream on my old channel, you will see there's several times when we're looking at it, he is in awe of how good it looks. He didn't even know the campaign existed yet until I brought it up to him. Mm-hmm. And then 3 Nights, 4 Days, he obviously has not brought me on to promote that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not going to pressure him to, because Inglewood's not completely fulfilled yet. It's like 2/3 of the way fulfilled. So, because I don't want to put him in that position where he seems like a hypocrite for not, for bringing somebody on who'd been there before that hasn't fulfilled the last campaign he promoted. You know, I don't want to do that to him.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, like, our campaigns have hit funding, and then some, without being on Ethan's program.
Yeah. And just to explain, because he brought up about how, because I mentioned about, I linked to our project. Now he says, "Oh, I only know that this is because of Ethan." I'm like, that's great. The campaign made nearly $30,000 before Ethan mentioned it.
Yeah, you guys were at 28,000, I think, is when
because we were stagnated, and then the Preston cover came out, and that was like the switch flipped again.
Oh yeah.
You know? And as I explained to him, I says, and you of course showed that to Ethan, but Ethan hadn't mentioned on his show until I want to say it was Kevin Splady sent him a $5 super chat. That's all it took, $5 to say, "Hey, what about Peregrine?" And then he brought it up, and that was probably a good thing, because that was after we released the second trailer. You know, the one that Caleb did, the more cinematic style.
Oh yeah.
You know,
your heroes are dead.
Yeah,
they're gone.
Yeah. I love that line. So I didn't even ask for your permission to use that. And I was like, I don't care.
I would give it to you anyway. So.
I know you would. But I just thought I'm gonna put it in there because I think he'll like it.
Well, especially since now you guys are gonna put like the M. Micah Michelson character in there too. Like,
yeah. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna you're gonna be like the way I have it fleshed out is that you're gonna be kind of like a talk radio host, not like political, but you're gonna be you're like societal commentary,
right?
You know, and it's gonna be. He's basically saying, the world needs to be better prepared because even the Silver Falcon fell.
Yeah.
And if we don't have the silver, because at this point you don't really know about Peregrine, so it's like one of those. His mentality is like, I don't want. How's the best way? You remember? Do you ever see the new RoboCop movie?
Yeah, I did actually. Usually talking about Sam Jackson's character.
Jackson's character. Yeah, we need to be prepared. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
He was all cool. Like, yeah, let's get the ED-209s. Put him in the street, kind of thing. So, and like I said, it's not going to be an extreme thing like that. It's not going to be like martial law or nothing like that. It's just that humanity needs to be better prepared for, the situation. And I'm sure Xavier's listening to this is like, what the fuck is he talking about? Xavier, this stuff I came up with in my head. Just don't worry. It'll be written down soon. But I always said, like, you do need some human elements in what I call stories about gods, so.
Yep.
So.
Oh, by the way, since we now have the Sleeveless Army, because somebody's saying, release the retweet hounds, go into chats and talk about it. Yes, absolutely. You have my 100% permission to go to do chat raids together if you want to, and get people talking about 3 nights. Absolutely.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So.
And so, yeah, exactly. So, but the thing I want to say about, just to sum it up, is that I am very thankful for Ethan talking about it on his show because he does have a big audience. However, I never once counted on Ethan promoting it.
Yeah.
Because I have faith in my audience, in my team, in my friends like Micah, to to help me promote this. This is what we've been talking about for a long time. And people said, there's nobody but Ethan. You're not paying attention.
Yeah, agreed.
You're not paying attention.
Well, these folks aren't looking that there's anybody else either.
Right.
That's what annoys me.
Yep. That's the thing. Like, there's me, you, Mandy Summers. There. How many? I mean, I asked. I would love to see Tanpa. Good God, and his is just Twitter. He don't even do YouTube.
Yeah, Wenger.
Yeah. I says there are a ton of people out there who tirelessly do promotion. If you pay attention to them, you'll probably find more projects that you might like. And guess what? Every one of those creators that are promoted, 9 times out of 10 are Comicsgate promoters or Comicsgate creators. And trying to delineate one subsection for the other, that's a divide that you're trying to cause. Because I think, and I've preached this since the days that Methuen was around, because people say it's about the consumer, I says, I believe that it's always been a symbiotic relationship between the consumer, the creator, and the critique. All 3 of those in Comicsgate work in unison. It's a circle. The creator, the consumer buys from the creator, and the critique, and the person who critiques that, will let them know this book is worth it or this book ain't worth it, right?
Exactly.
It's and they feed that to the consumer, and then the consumer decides if they want to support creator. It's an endless circle. I say you need all 3 in something like this. You want to know why Gamergate didn't work? Gamergate had no way to compete.
Exactly.
That's why Gamergate ultimately didn't work.
Yeah. Real quick, Chaos Sonic throws in another buck, says, think M. Micah Michelson would have an assistant based off of Hatman.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously. He'll be the sound guy. He'll be the sound guy that he talks to in the booth. Rush Limbaugh has his Snurdly,
Yeah, exactly.
and it works because, usually, because Snurdly's a pseudonym. That's not the guy's real name.
Yeah.
I think there have been like 3 or 4 Snurdlys. But so he could be like, what do you think of that, Hatman? And just have him chime in a shitty mic.
Yeah, exactly.
Just, like, bzz, get your mic fixed there, Hatman.
Yeah, exactly. But one thing this guy brought up, because he brought up that, I'd appeared numerous times, though I presume that was discerned as what I was describing. Well, that's the thing. Not everybody who has backed 3 nights backed Inglewood. Yeah. Not yet. And Ethan's customers generally are actually more discerning and harder to trust anybody not named Ethan Van Sciver.
Yep.
So if they don't get that previous book, they're not backing your new one yet. And that's what I've run into. And that's why I'm never going to do this whole thing of like, my original plan was I really wanted to do it like once the last book is finished, I can start the next campaign. People do not fly with that. So I'm never doing that again. I'm not your boy. So I can't.
You might read Michael Beacon's statement down there.
Some auntie tried to push my envy buttons today because I didn't make 10K because I wasn't on with the big guys. I informed him that I'm making more than B. Clay Moore made, that I'm going to fulfill. There you go, brother.
Yeah, there you go. And see, that was another thing that this gentleman brought up, which, he said that, he said that, like, funding, doing comics is, 10K is a success as described by Zach. And I'm like, that's Zach. That's not everybody.
Yeah.
Some people can do it for less. Some people can do it for more. You have to require more. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. By the way, another donation brought in by Darth Bobcat says, and Micah Michelson, how many times I got to tell you baseball caps aren't professional? Hatman, it's radio. Me, I can see it and the Astros suck.
That's funny.
But basically said, mentioning that, in my opinion, was moving the goalpost.
He did that a few times, but yeah.
Go ahead. I'm like, you're moving the goalpost here. I said, and not to mention this idea that creators being antithetical to the movement is ridiculous. And this is where we get into how a market works.
Yeah.
So here is how markets work 101, as I read straight to him. Customers get mad. Customers divest. They stop buying from that place. Company divested from, and this I'm literally going in steps. Step 3 is is the reaction. The company that has been divested from is either going to fix their shit or it doesn't. The fourth, if it doesn't, the competition will come about so that the customers have something to invest what's been divested into that alternative. The big two didn't fix their shit, so basically the market just opened because of that stupidity. All of a sudden, there was a percentage of people who are comic book fans that took their money, they canceled their pull lists, and they said, I'm just going to buy, Comicsgate. And then, I know some people don't like the word campaign. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinions. But I think the whole, idea of CG only, that's you've divested completely from the mainstream. You are, you're only going to buy CG stuff. That sort of thing was inevitable, in my opinion. People were just going to be like, yeah, I don't want to back any, I don't want to put my money towards anything except CG because CG is where the passion's at. And on the creator side of things, people who were just people in the audience said to themselves, you know what? I've always wanted to do this. Maybe I can make a go at this. And maybe I can, be that. And, it's like for me and others, that was an opportunity. Man, when the person who first told me to get into it was Richard C. Meyer.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. I think that should speak for itself.
Yeah. I mean, it was literally, because I think that's where he fails too, because he tries to bring Zach up as, the I guess you could say standard, and I'm not, hey, I'm not taking nothing away from Zach. Zach's got hustle.
Oh yeah.
Right. Did Zach get in this to make comics? I don't know. His motivation is not, I don't know what's in his heart, right? But he was literally told, well, if you don't like it, do your own. He's like, all right. He went out and got him a team. I mean, he got John Malin. I mean, who was hot off of doing Cable. Got a good team together, and he put out Jawbreakers. And then they tried to, after he got funded, that was funny because if you remember, you probably remember this, Micah. Kind of ties into the two subjects. They didn't try to cancel him during the campaign. They kept quiet.
Oh yeah.
Because they have a little bit of self-awareness, just a tad bit. Enough self-awareness to know that if they try to go after him, they would have made him a god, right?
Yeah.
So what they did is they tried to do it afterwards and go after his publishing deal.
Good old Mark Waid fucked it all up.
So in a sense, they still right. They still made him a god, right? But they just didn't do it at the way they thought it would be beneficial to them. I guess they didn't know I don't think a lot of the SJWs and comics know what that Indiegogo has in demand stores.
Probably not.
I think that surprised them because I thought, oh, he made his 100,000 whatever it was dollars, and it's like, well, now we can go after him again. And then that thing just exploded. It was like having another campaign altogether. I mean, what was it? Ended up like $400 and some thousand. Like, I know it was a really high amount.
Yeah, it was 400K.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. Is that getting back to the marketing thing, like you said, you divest. As a customer, you divest of something you don't like, right? I don't know if you heard about the recent thing that's about to happen with Taco Bell.
No, I haven't actually.
They're gonna change their menu. They're taking a lot of stuff off the menu, and they're gonna replace it. Apparently, they're claiming it's a potato shortage. I'm kind of like doing the whack off sign on that one.
Yeah.
Because there's potatoes in my backyard. It's not like they're not being grown. Harvesting, I don't know. I can't say. But anyway, they're going to change their menu, and they're taking a lot of popular stuff off the menu. They're taking, I think, Frito Burrito. They're taking that off the menu. Quite a few things. But I'm going to tell you something. If Taco Bell suddenly sees sales go down in the next month or so, don't think those things ain't coming back.
Yeah.
They'll course correct because they'll have to. When it comes, but with comic books, we have people in the power structure, not just in like an editorial and stuff like that, but we got people in the power structure of Marvel and DC who'd rather have a political agenda be force fed through their comics and lose customers than to make money. Does that make sense to you?
I think so.
What I don't get, it's like, I think Ethan, he made a comment to the same guy. He said so you would rather read a book about Wolverine now being gay. Now I know that that fan art thing was fan art. I get that, but come on, we know that they're pulling that whole they've hinted around enough into main X-Men book that we yeah.
They definitely want to do something with that.
Yeah.
But I had to tell actually. So I managed to get another hater, and he flipped out and basically said, that it was legit. No, I'm like, no, dude, it's fan art. But I do understand that there are definitely people at Marvel pushing for it.
Yeah.
Real quick, Optimus Chaos Sonic says it's at least it's not Burger King's cow farts ad.
True. That was ridiculous.
I'm just mad that they took off the burrito lovers box from Taco Bell. I'm pissed about that, dude. Because that was like 3 beefy 5-layer burritos and 3 shredded chicken burritos. That's like that's like food for 2 days. And I'm like, God damn it. So oh well.
They took I like the 7-layer burrito. I know it's vegetarian and all, but that's just that's one I like. But they're taking that one off too.
Ugh.
Yeah, but if you don't like it, that's fine. It's just, I just don't think it's going to work out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like new Coke, guys. It's better than old Coke. Everybody's like, we want the old Coke back.
I remember new Coke.
That was a marketing disaster for Coca-Cola. We'll change the formula. It'll taste almost the same. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
I didn't even like Coke. Still don't. And it just woof.
Yeah. I'll never understand the love for tacos and burritos. I mean, there's a whole culture who lives off tacos and burritos. So, I mean, that's... And some companies decided to share that culture with us through, fast food. So Exactly. But, yeah. And that's the thing is like I don't get like how to okay, can you imagine the marketing room at Marvel or DC? All right, guys, we have to make some money. What's the best way to do that? Let's make Batman ass fuck Superman. Brilliant. Let's do it. Guys, and there's that one guy in the corner. That one guy. You've seen the meme where it's like, "Give me ideas," and there's one guy in the corner who says, "Guys, I don't think that's a good idea," and they throw him out the window.
Oh yeah.
You
Real quick, got another donation. Chaos Sonic says, "I was ticked still when Taco Bell got rid of the Mexamelt." I don't even remember the Mexamelt.
I think that was like kind of almost like a what do you call it? It was almost like a pizza. Like the taco pizza. Just a lot of cheese. Beef and cheese. Lots of beef and lots of cheese.
Hmm.
Yeah. What do I know? Ignore Taco Bell. What's
I
Taco
had my
Mhm.
I had probably one of I had my my last burrito for a while yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It was because August for me is hell month.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm basically going back on keto, ramping up the exercising to be more than just what I usually do, just to kind of keep my energy levels up.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already given up soda, so that's gonna be murder. So I'm just kind of enjoying little indulgences while I can. Darth Bobcat throws in another buck, says, "If they mess with my Crunchwrap Supreme, I'll be pissed. The only thing from there I can eat while driving without ruining my shirt." Well, there you go. Speaking of food, before we move on to the Dynamite thing, did you catch the last Micah and the Hatman by chance?
I don't believe I did. What was the?
Well, Hatman and I dealt with this.
Oh no, the hentai hot sauce.
Holy fuck! I ate 5 wings completely coated in this in a row.
Are you okay?
Yeah, my tongue works still.
Did you see galaxies that you know existed?
No, just to keep myself from wanting to die, I just thought of Piper and a Virgin Killer. She's gonna kill me now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god, that was I don't know. You know Frank Caliendo, right?
No.
You don't know? He's an impression. He's a comedian. He does impressions.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be on. I forgot what but he always did. Like, he used to do Charles Barkley, but he also did Bill Walton. Bill Walton's crazy anyway.
Oh yeah.
And what you said, talking about like, did you see galaxies? He's like, when he does this Bill Walton, he says, when I was going to UC Berkeley with splotches of beard all over my face, he says, I found this hash, and I tell you, I could feel colors, I could see sound. Was there never a better point shooter than Detlef Shrimp?
That's hilarious.
So,
By the way, Chaos Sonic throws in another buck, says, didn't they already have a gay Superman and Batman in Midnighter and Apollo? Yes. Yeah. And they're actually at DC now, and they're not being used.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Midnighter and Apollo are great characters.
Mm-hmm.
They were introduced in Stormwatch, and they were awesome.
Yep.
But they just have been completely
forgotten.
That
was so weird. When I think it's when they did after Blackest Night. No, was it Blackest Night or New 52? It might have been New 52.
New 52.
Yeah, when they brought Stormwatch into the main DC, but they put Martian Manhunter in charge of it.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the original Stormwatch. It just wasn't.
Yeah. It was just a team name. It was a team name. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was just an excuse to have another team book.
Yeah.
Another $1 thrown in. Describe the sensation of hentai sauce measured in octopus tentacles and orifices. Well, the thing is that I am a exit only kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what it's like having something rammed into my orifices, except my headphones in my ear, or when I eat something. So I can't really do that. All I can say is that like after a while my tongue started to go numb.
Oh. Honestly, I've been told with eating contests, especially when you're doing an eating contest with hot sauce, that's probably the best time to get the most food into you. When your tongue goes numb, because That means like, okay, you're kind of, your body's kind of ignoring the sauce now.
Yeah.
So now you can eat. So
Exactly.
but yeah.
Wait a minute. Frank Caliendo, did he do that impression of Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
yes,
I do know who he is.
Yeah, he put the bald cap on and everything.
Yeah, I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, wait a minute.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, because Timbertone mentioned that he did Bush, Madden, and a bunch of others. I'm like, wait, did George W. Bush, Mad TV? Mm-hmm. Aha. So, no, that was a hilarious bit. Just because he just turns around, Stone Cold's just right there.
Yeah, the real Stone Cold. He's like,
yeah. I used to be able to do the Stone Cold thing of ha 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 ha. I can't do it as well as I used to.
That was one of my favorites. I think one of my favorite was like Stephanie McMahon was doing an interview backstage, and she was talking shit about Stone Cold, and he come up behind her.
What?
And yeah, what? What?
You sit there talking about Deborah? What? Talk about throwing people over 38 men? What? Over the top rope? What? What? Speak up! What?
Yeah.
And she just screams and runs away. Oh, I love that one.
The funniest what bit that I ever saw him do was when he was feuding with the NWO, and he was heading into, I think, WrestleMania to take on Scott Hall.
Yeah.
And he did he was doing all that kind of crazy shit. He had fucking net gunned fucking Kevin Nash.
Oh yeah.
And he grabbed Scott Hall, and he started just taking him places around the building, and and then he finally puts him in the ring, brings him back to the ring, and so he's knocked him down and stuff like that, and he goes like, "I'll tell you what I'm gonna do," and the crowd's like, "What?" And he goes like, "What I'm gonna do? What? What I'm gonna do? What? I'm gonna kick this some bitch's ass. What? Every time you say what?" And then the crowd just started going, "What? And me and my friend were watching it, and he said Scott Hall's got to be like, for the love of God, stop saying what.
All right, real quick, another donation. People are just throwing money at me today, I guess. Darth Bobcat says, craziest thing about gay representation in X-Men RE Iceman. In the 2000s X-Men, there was a plot line where Northstar had an unrequited crush on Bobby. As far as I know, this has never been mentioned, and Northstar married a random dude. Yep. Yeah, I remember that, actually.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. That's what I don't ever understand. They have a gay character.
Oh, yeah.
Since
next time I have Aiden Paladin on, I'm going to have her rant about Northstar.
Mm-hmm.
She got a lot to say about that.
Yeah. And I'm like, he's been a gay character for them for how long? I mean, like the 80s?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And they brought him over to X-Men for, the representation and stuff like that. I get it. That was during, so it wasn't Morrison, but it was during that run. It might have been Chuck Austin.
Yeah, it was Chuck Austin. It was a different X-Men team.
Yeah, that was like, no, it wasn't Extreme, but it was like, because they had Uncanny, they had
It was
X-Men.
Uncanny.
Yeah, it was Uncanny.
Because Chuck was on Uncanny, and then Grant Morrison was on New X-Men.
Which was just a replacement for X-Men.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. So I remember that because his book also had Juggernaut on the team, right?
Yep.
Which I got a friend who is still pissed off to this day about that. You can't make Juggernaut a good guy. But that's what I don't get that. They have the character, put him on the main team. It's like, well, nobody liked him. That sounds like a writer problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like when people said like, what was it, Quicksilver? Why he's on the team? Nobody likes him. I said that's kind of the point. Quicksilver was the asshole on the Avengers.
Yeah.
That was Quicksilver's gimmick was that he always thought he was better than he actually was.
Oh yeah.
Not to say he wasn't good at what he did. It's just because I remember I'm sure you've read the JLA versus Avengers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was the whole thing. He kept saying he was so mad that Flash was faster than him. He kept saying, "I can beat you, Flash." Blah blah blah. He was even trying to figure out ways to tap into the Speed Force, which you can't do. His powers are not based on the Speed Force. His powers are based on his mutability.
Yep.
So it was just hilarious. That was just his ego, and that's the thing with, he may not be Magneto when it comes to like mutant supremacy, but he does think he's better than everybody else.
Yeah.
weren't Shatterstar and Richter also gay, or at least bi? I think Richter was bi.
Yeah. I don't know about Shatterstar.
I think they made him later. They made him gay, but if during, I'm pretty sure he dated Farrell in X Force.
Yeah.
You know, so of course Shatterstar. A lot of people forget Shatterstar's not like a real human. You know, he's like a.
He's from Mojo World.
He's from Mojo World, same as Longshot. So I know they're X Force. Yeah, I mean, even still, yeah, you could put him on another book. You know, those teams shifted around all the freaking time back then, right? And they could do it now. You know.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, it's not good enough to have characters that are different. Mm-hmm. The opinion, and this will get you guys like your into the heads of social justice warriors. Mm-hmm. They are fully aware of how much of a cultural impact something has and what it does. Mm-hmm. That is why they are pushing so hard for representation in the MCU. Because they think that if they push their agendas in those films, that it is going to change the culture towards the direction that they want, getting people to vote for the people that they want them to vote for. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing about that is that they think, and this is the dumbest thing about social justice warriors, they think that if they get put in the position of somebody else somewhere, they are going to inherit everything that person had. Mm-hmm. Which is fucking stupid. Because work is a thing. You could say it's a social construct all you want. Your opinion is wrong. Mm-hmm. Welcome to reality when things are wrong. Where things are wrong. Mm-hmm. You know? Also, Frog G has joined us, so hail to the Frog.
Yeah, he followed me today. Hey, Frog.
That's another dedicated customer. He's the only comment on 3 Nights right now. Which I'm happy it's him. But that's the thing, is they constantly fucking think that that's the way that things are gonna go, you know, and it just never makes any fucking sense, you know. I'm trying to think of a really good example of, well, America Chavez is actually a really good example. Mm-hmm. You know, the team that originally worked on her on Young Avengers is now writing her new book, and apparently it's a lot better. But then again, everything is better than that.
Yeah, anything's better than what Gabby, whatever that was.
But they assumed that if you put Gabby Rivera on there and Robbie Rectum, that you're just going to have instant success. Mm-hmm. No. That book bombed.
Mm-hmm. Hard.
Yeah. Part of it being...
And it wasn't for a lack of trying to push it.
Oh, yeah. They pushed that shit hard. Mm-hmm. Another one, Black Panther and the Crew.
Yep.
You put Ta-Nehisi Coates on Black Panther... It never went anywhere. Still isn't going anywhere.
And a man, may I say, that he ruined what Black Panther was.
Oh, absolutely. He doesn't understand the character at all.
No.
He's an idiot. And then on top of that, you put him on Captain America and you ruin Captain America. And his sales have constantly fallen. In fact, let's have a look at that.
It's funny to me that, you know, they say that, well, only a LGBTQIA can write, you know, those characters. Only a black man can write a black character. Well, why is Ta-Nehisi Coates writing Cap?
Yeah.
By that logic, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Adonis should be writing Captain America. You know?
Or at least me.
Oh, yeah. We'll put some blonde hair on you.
But, Captain America...
While you're looking that up, it reminded me. I was looking at a behind-the-scenes thing for Creed 2 yesterday, and it was a little interview between Dolph Lundgren and Sly, right? And one thing Sly said, he was pointing to, you know, of course, you know, you look at Dolph Lundgren, he looks great.
Oh yeah.
You know, and like he said, like, you see what they did to him? Because you know he's got, you know, in the movie he's got gray hair and all that stuff. He said he came in here, like Sly's like, he came in here looking like a ski instructor.
By the way, I want you, so back in March, I want you to guess how many issues of Captain America shipped to stores.
So March, that was right before
COVID.
Right before COVID. I'm going to say 45,000.
You are 19,000 off.
Higher or lower?
Considerably lower. 26. It didn't. It barely. It almost shipped 27,000
for Captain America.
for Captain fucking America.
Right off the heels of a Infinity War
Yeah.
and Endgame.
Yep.
All right. What?
Yeah. So, it barely did better than Miles Morales' Spider-Man. A random book called Submariner Marvel's Snapshot did better.
Wow.
The fucking Submariner outdid Captain America? If I was writing that book, that shit wouldn't have happened.
Oh, God.
What the fuck? Like, seriously. Chaos Sonic says, let's not forget Bendis and the gay conversion on Bobby. Also, you know you fucked up when you made a Seth MacFarlane joke a reality. I know, right? Also, like, people keep throwing money at me. Not the Last One throws in a buck, says, one of my favorite Stone Cold Steve Austin moments was when he was yelling in Ric Flair's face about beer names. And when he will forget his line, he just keep repeating the word cerveza. But, where's Superman? Like, let's see where Superman is because of fucking Bendis.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the top 10.
Nope.
That's
Superman. Not in the top 10.
Superman is not in the top 10.
Yeah.
Is he in the
Superman
top 15?
should be in the top 5 constantly.
Oh my.
And consistently. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ. Number 40.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how many that one shipped? Not sold, shipped.
Okay, I'm going to say first, is it in the 5 figures?
No. Wait, yes, 5 figures.
Yeah.
Yes, it is in the 5 figures, sorry.
Okay. Am I closer to 100 or am I farther from 100?
Pretty far away.
I'm going to say 28,000.
Not quite that low.
Okay.
37,000.
Well, I was only off by
9.
9,000.
Yeah. But that's Superman.
Yeah. That is your icon.
When the last team was working on Superman and Action,
Mm-hmm.
constantly 6-figure shipping numbers.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Mm-hmm.
That's how fucking bad it is. Spawn was only 2,000 shipped copies away from being behind from going above Superman.
Yep.
Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
Spawn hasn't been that close or surpassed Superman since the fucking 90s.
Nope.
And Spawn did beat Action Comics.
Yep.
And Spawn's beating fucking Green Lantern. Spawn is beating fucking like Cap, the Flash. How the fuck did Namor beat Captain America, for God's sake?
That's gonna just bother you, isn't it?
Yes! And I love Namor!
Yeah.
Fuck! Captain America got beat by Kylo Ren! No! The fuck?
Oh, it's been a while since you've been like this. This is good. This is old Micah.
How?
We brought old Micah back, boys. We got him. The only thing different is you haven't put your hands on your head. You're like, why? There you go.
Like, Venom is stomping a mud hole and walking it dry. What the fuck? And you want to know what's really bad? You want to know who's shipping more than both of them?
Mm-hmm.
Captain Marvel!
Oh, no!
Yeah, oh, no! Son of a bitch!
Yeah.
What the fuck? What is going on with comic books?
What is going on in DC? Holy shit.
Y'all are getting beat by Carl Manverse. How is that a thing? Sonic says, what about Venom and Spider-Man? Dude, they're whooping DC's ass. Yeah. Holy fuck. Number one, of course, was a Spider-Woman number one. But Jessica Drew?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, most of the comics in the top 10 were Marvel.
Timbertone. Kyle Rayner has gone from ruining the Green Lanterns to destroying the Avengers.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I like Kyle Rayner, but still.
Well, that makes one of us. But
now you got to realize, yes, Captain Marvel is selling well. In regards
it's shipping well.
Yeah.
But there's got to be some justification for them shipping that many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bobcat puts in there, it's selling all the shops. But seriously! How the fuck does Superman lose to Carl Manvers?
It's Superman, for Christ's sake.
God, and we all know why. Because Bendis!
Yeah, yep.
Fuck! The mainstream is dead!
Platinum Robo says, my local LCS trying to unload Bendis shit. I told him not to order Bendis Superman.
Smart man!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I'm angry Green Boss says, and this is why CG exists. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because let me tell you something. I had a friend who ran a comic shop, right? And he says there were certain books every month that you would always over order, right? Because you're going to sell your stock, Superman, Batman, X-Men, Spider-Man, the big titles, right? 28,000? 38,000? Seriously?
Yeah.
For Superman? Superman should be cracking near 100,000 every month.
Exactly.
It's Superman. Truth, Justice, American Way. The Big Boy Scout. The Man of Tomorrow. The Man of Steel. The reason we have superhero comics in the first goddamn place.
And here's what's funny.
Shit.
They let Christopher Priest go. Could you imagine a Christopher Priest Superman? Holy shit. Not to mention, the woke crowd would love it, because it's a black man writing Superman.
Yep. Look what Mike Murphy said in the chat.
I clicked in, all I hear is Micah yelling, followed by Bendis. I don't know what's going on, but I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Chaos Sonic throws in another buck. I'm like a stripper. People just throw $1
So throwing dollars at you, yeah.
I'm not wearing a thong. Stop it.
Yeah.
But he says, "Oh God, you reminded me about the recent Captain Marvel shit, which basically Captain Marvel now has a trans sister."
That we never knew about. I don't think she even had a brother.
Yeah, and I'm hoping. Well, it's apparently like Marvel's sister, but she's blue, and I'm like, Marvel wasn't a blue Kree.
No, he was a pink Kree, and that's why they didn't like him.
Yeah. Fucking racist Kree.
Yeah, well, the
Which
Kree
they are. The Kree are really racist.
Yeah, it was the pink skins. They hated the pink skins, right?
Yeah.
True Kree were blue Kree. That's what they were.
That's part of the reason that Ronan didn't like Marvel very much.
Yeah.
But let's just pray though that this new blue Kree never gets their hands on a golf club. Because some guy named Joel's gonna get it.
You could shove your notes in your sleeve holes.
Also, let me say something. This is how bad Brian Michael Bendis is. Tom King's numbers never got that low with his Batman.
And Tom King shit is shit.
Well, everything after Batman number 53 I hated.
That's what gets to me. It's like he had such a good run up, and then when it came to tell the rest of the story, it just went.
Oh yeah, he just ran out of ideas.
Then he's like, "Well, what if Batman needed a big titty mommy GF?" I mean, that's basically what it became, right?
Yeah.
I hate to use this word. I hate to use this word, but they made Bruce Wayne a simp.
Yeah, they kind of did. And that's kind of what I because what pissed me off is like the ending of Batman 53 is Bruce ditches the new 52 style costume or the rebirth costume for the old costume with the tights on the underwear on the outside, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't like the old costume very much.
Yeah,
I kind of like the new
artist
one a
drew
lot
it.
more.
Especially when that artist drew it, right? Like,
Oh yeah, it looked great, and they drew it like armor, which is part of the reason why the Sandy Englewood looks the way he does.
Yeah.
But
Chaos Sonic. Tom King's brain after Batman 53. Yeet.
Yep. Because Tom King can write. A lot of people don't understand. Like, a lot of Tom King's work is good.
Yeah.
The Sheriff of Babylon is a book that I will recommend until the end of time. It's a really good story.
Damn. Mike Murphy just bringing the no simpy tonight. Like, every King story boils down to mommy wife saves the day. Every Bendis story never ends.
Brian Michael Bendis is the guy where they literally reprinted 3 fucking pages that were just full page spreads done by what's his name? Fuck. Mike Deodato Jr. Quite literally. Like, his new Avengers run is infamous for being so fucking decompressed. It's really bad. And everything has to end on a fucking cliffhanger, most of which, like, are so dissatisfying you just don't want to pick up the next... You just don't care.
Yep.
Okay.
Come back here. There we go.
This is...
Why does Hardball keep calling him King?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's something Zach started. Take the T. Oh, I get it. Take the T away because.
Oh, right. I get it.
Yeah, I got it.
I get it. I don't get it.
No, but no, we get.
But
So should we finish out with the story of the day?
yeah, I think that's a good idea. Real quick, once again, I just want to look at this fucking poster.
I don't blame you. It's a nice poster.
Not to mention, it also lets everybody know that Peregrine has a nice butt, too. Because it's always going to be covered by the cape anyway.
Yeah, most of the time. What's really funny, one of the panels, I'm not going to say where it is in the book, but when Doug draw her from behind the first time in costume in the book, in this costume, we looked at it, and it was me and Xavier and Piper. I think Scott was still in quarantine. We all 3 looked at that, and we were like, y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Yeah. How do we tell him? Because her booty was bam. I mean, blat ow, right? And we were saying, so finally it's like, hey, Doug. while we appreciate big booties in here, that might be a little bit too big.
Well, to be fair, he is Brazilian.
That's true. But he just made a slight correction, brought it in a little bit, and it looks fine. Because you could tell, she's not a Barbie doll.
No.
She's a very stout, for her height and her, stature and stuff. She's, pretty stacked, so.
There's actually a joke about that in the, in Peregrine Inglewood. I'm not going to give people what the joke away, but there's a joke about it. I threw one in there. Along with why the Elijah's vehicle, the battle van, as some people like to call it, is called the MRV, the Merv or the Marv 1 instead of something else. So,
I think I read that.
Chaos Sonic also threw in another $1. Not dancing, damn it. Says Bendis can never handle continuity. That's also very true. So, but yes, there will be a joke about that in the book, for sure. Timbertone, she got a great ass! And you got your head all the way up it! Ferocious, aren't I? Oh, I love Al Pacino so fucking much.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the story of the day. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised we still haven't got to it yet.
Yeah, well, the chat wanted to hear some marketing stuff, so we've got that. So
yeah,
there it is.
In speaking with Cecil, neither one of us realized the cover would be so polarizing. We discussed and are not moving forward with the cover of the campaign, Nick Barucci, CEO and publisher of Dynamite.
There is some I've had to tell some people that there was a lot of political speak in that statement.
Yup.
We discussed, but he's implying that Cecil agreed with it.
Yeah.
And from, Cecil was on Ethan's stream earlier and I was listening in. It doesn't sound like Cecil was like all that keen on this.
No.
My guess is it would be like this. Micah, for example. You come on our channel, right? And let's say you say, I don't know, the N-word or something like that, right?
Right.
And then I'm going to say to you, Micah, after the show, Micah, I can't have you on the channel anymore, right? And you would say, I don't agree with that, but I understand.
Exactly.
And so my thing is, they made it seem like Cecil was agreeing with him, but he wasn't. He probably did say to the point like, I wouldn't. He probably told him. My guess is because if you look at Cecil's tweets, an hour before this tweet went out, he was thanking somebody for backing cash grab. So he did. In that hour is when he found out.
Yep.
And my guess is it was probably that entire hour he was spent trying to convince them, don't back off. Let's not back down.
Oh my God.
What's
Not
up?
the last one throws $5 at me and says, so I don't have to dance.
Well, you got a $5 now, so that's good.
Moving on.
Moving on. So, that's why I said that Dynamite's came off really almost like, how's the best way to put it? It was definitely it reads like a political statement,
Oh, yeah.
Well, I might not agree with the results of the election, I accept them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's that kind of thing. Dynamite bend the knee to all the crybabies who weren't even fans to begin with. I mean, yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I plan on doing an article on this if RT says it's good.
I think RT should jump all over this. In all honesty,
I want the Whisper Network article series to finish up so I can actually pitch like a full on talk about
Breakdown,
it and have a sit down with the person who wrote it.
Yeah.
But apparently she's still working on the next part. Mm-hmm. But
well, my opinion is take their time because the more we know, the better.
Exactly.
I would be wondering if they're still in that if this was brought up in that Whisper Network.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
I have no doubt. That might be why it's taking so long.
Yeah.
But anyway, there are 3 rules now I'm going to say to comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Rule number 1 is don't listen to Doug Tnaple.
Nope.
Rule number 2 is dance with the people who brought you.
Mm-hmm.
In this particular case, comic book fans.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about this is there is very much a there are now donation wars. I swear to God. Anyway, I'll read that in just a second, Chaos Sonic. But the how do I put this fucking thing? Comic book fans spend money on comic books. I am assuming that everybody here that is in the chat probably, if they have not backed 3 Nights, 4 Days or Peregrine, they probably plan on doing it at some point in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume. Everybody seems pretty psyched from what I saw about everything. So, in situations like this, this is not dancing with who brought you. If if SJWs were going to get behind a Vampirella cover or something like that, they'd be back in Mindy Wheeler, because Mindy's a piece of shit.
I'm glad you said it.
And I imagine her husband will probably say something to me on Twitter. It's like, buddy, I could shove my fist down your throat. You wouldn't be able to do squat about it, and you know it.
What's funny?
Well, you could do two things. Nothing and like it. So
it's funny how she just kind of popped up too after this happened and started like, oh well, blah, blah. I was like, so you're okay with cancel culture as long as it's people you don't like. See, I've never been a fan of that, right?
Me neither.
My thing is, if somebody I despise was starting to try to quote canceled, I would still say it's not right.
Yeah.
The
situation can suck even though you don't like the guy.
Yeah.
I was the whole Sean Gordon Murphy Doug TenNapel thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling that Doug trying to cancel people and his crew trying to cancel people would bite them in the ass at some point.
And it did.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is turnabout coming, but it still sucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In a different world, that cover wouldn't be controversial at all.
No.
So the whole thing with me is, the thing about the Whisper Network is they are completely assuming that if they get the positions that other people are not getting, or that somebody else with more fame has, that they're suddenly going to just take that over and they're going to benefit from all the things that other person had. That's such stupid fucking logic. That's not how the world works. Let's say, heaven forbid this ever happened. But, Zoe Quinn somehow wrote The First Servant, the vampire book I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that when Bogdan is so goddamn good at what he does, I have a feeling that campaign is going to be very successful.
Mm-hmm.
If Zoe Quinn ran that campaign instead of me, do you think she would probably have the book would be nearly as good?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
She's a fucking terrible comic book writer.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, Bogdan's a better artist than Robbie Rectum is.
Yep.
I mean, everybody I work with is better than fucking Robbie Rectum is.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that consistent assumption drives them, that they should be the ones in power, they should be the ones with the influence, because something patriarchy, something feminism, something other bullshit, So, yeah, it's safe to say that that's not how the world works. And every time that they do those sorts of things, those places tend to lose money, not gain it.
Yeah.
Look at Vertigo, for example. Zoe Quinn's part of the reason Vertigo's dead.
Yep.
Gee, that's only one of two things she's killed, I guess.
Oh, got him.
But anyway.
Zoe Squid. That's pretty good.
But the SJWs don't give a shit. Like,
oh.
Right here's an SJW. And by the way, hail Michael Von Doom. He's a supporter of mine.
Mm-hmm.
This soy-looking motherfucker. What is this? What is this? What is that? That is not a Is that Chaz Bono? No, that's less, like, that looks like less testosterone than Chaz Bono, who was born a woman!
Mm-hmm. I was about to do your, you look like this!
Yeah, you're talking about fucking investigations. You look like this! What do you investigate? The next vegan meal?
He needs to, why does his face look like it's sunk in? Doesn't it look like his nose is trying to retreat from the rest of his face?
Wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah. They all look the same.
Oh no.
What?
CBR, Polygon, Funimation.
Holy shit, really?
What the fuck?
Oh man, somebody DM Tug.
What the fuck? Why is this working for Funimation?
Mm-hmm. Like CBR and the other, Polygon, I could get that, but Funimation. His face is eating his beard.
Anyway,
Oh.
they have really infected everything.
Yep.
They really have. But Baron Michael Von Doom, who goes by Juggernaut Punch, so great. See, this is a manly looking dude.
Yeah,
this is a comic skater.
He follows me. I follow him. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I love Michael Von Doom.
He don't make no bones about what he thinks.
Exactly, and that's what I appreciate about him. That's a good brother.
Yeah.
To quote Carl Anderson.
Yeah.
So Low T Man says, "Cool, but you should never ever work with anyone from Fiji again until we investigate why you allowed this to happen. Oh my God, the comics data are coming for me." He's like, "Investigate? Jesus Christ, the delusion! It's a comic book cover. It's not for you. Shut up.
Yeah.
Stupid." God. All right, I'm gonna go beyond. I'm gonna just say this to my brother Ro. Let it go.
Yep.
You were right about Dynamite. You were right not to trust him. Let it go, brother. Don't rub salt in the wound. Pull people up. And I know you guys are capable of doing it because there's a lot of war campaign guys that when I was low, picked me up. A lot of you guys I think are of good character, or at least have the capacity to be. Not testify, but that's why he's in Panama. Pick people up, brothers. It's what comic skaters should do for one another. So that's all I'll say on this. This guy here, Lord Jonah Von Doom, CGUK, says, "They will never leave you alone now, Nick." Now, I'm going to try to find that Anthony Gramugla
tweet. The one Ethan showed earlier on his stream.
Yeah, that's basically a threat.
Yeah.
And like I've said before, that guy is a simp who is basically in constant communication with the fucking Whisper campaign.
Mm-hmm. Probably in it.
Probably.
More than likely.
He lies for Gale a lot.
And while you're looking for that, don't you find it interesting that yesterday, when everybody kind of finally figured out that Cecil was doing a cover, right? Mm-hmm. Or should I say, Donald was doing a cover of Cecil for Dynamite?
Yes.
Because it's the Cecil character, but it's done by Donald. Anyway, that she did this whole, I don't know what to think. I need to gather my thoughts and then figure out what to do. And then today...
Yeah, figure out what to do.
Mm-hmm. And then today, this happened. Does she have a video of Nick Barucci killing a baby?
I don't know.
Because this is...
This is the second time she has said, I'm going to do something.
In a week.
Yeah, and then something has happened.
Yeah. And it wasn't when Kwanzaa was, talking about it, which, did you hear Deadwood Dale's joke about that?
No.
He said that he showed like the the booth at, Kwanzaa's booth at, one of the cons where it's just empty. He said, less people go, what did he say? Less people go to see Kwanzaa than people who celebrate Kwanzaa. Oh,
yeah.
That's a good point. But yeah. So I just find that very interesting that just yesterday she was talking about I have to gather my thoughts, and she's acting like she's verklempt. Like she's verklempt. Like it's like I got the vapors. They got Cecil doing a cover. Oh my God. Yeah.
But no, it's the statement. Anytime that statement comes of I'm going to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
that's
or I got to think about what to do. You know, she didn't say I was
Yeah.
going to do something about it, but still,
and by the
sounds
way,
like- yeah,
that is power that Nick Barucci gave her.
yep,
She does not work for Dynamite directly. She is not an employee of Dynamite. She is not the vice president or anything like that. Nick Barucci owns the fucking company.
yep,
And kowtowed to a contracted writer.
yep.
I oftentimes say this: Nick Barucci, go to the fucking ER because clearly your spine is not there, and that's not how human beings work. Jesus Christ! And by the way, and this is the thing is that, and this is why I'm glad Ethan said what he did, is because Ethan has defended Dynamite even in situations where he probably shouldn't have.
Yep.
And it's clear some of these things they were doing was eating at him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And cutting ties was the smart move.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple donations got sent to me. Chaos Sonic says, my new card works, got the 3 nights, 4 days part. Let's see. Now heard the funking something. Okay. And he said also, said it was making you dance, just helping you pay your bills, not risk my bank account. So, and then mentions I'm reviewing a Kamen Rider show for him. So, he's trying to get me into Kamen Rider, like in general. So, the last one he made me watch was actually kind of fun, oddly enough. It was a good all ages show. But that brings me up. His purchase brings me up to 14,650 with 252 backers.
There you go.
So that's awesome. Thank you so much, Chaos Sonic. But Cryptic Comics here. This is a guy, by the way, that actually does spend money.
Yes.
He's backed my books, you know, and I know he's backed Peregrine.
Yep. Sure
You
has.
know,
He's
this
good
is a
dude.
guy who buys fucking comic books. Any chance I can back his campaign without supporting Dynamite about Miss Fury?
Yep.
Bang, right there. She returned
Miss
to the Warrior.
Fury lost $3,000 today.
Yeah.
It's probably gone down since I last looked. I have heard through the grapevine. I don't know directly, but I've heard through the grapevine. Billy Tucci is not happy. Right.
I would be pissed too. By the way, that's kind of funny. I haven't seen Trigglypuff in a while.
I haven't seen Trick. Yeah, sometimes you got to break out the old memes. You know.
Oh yeah.
Hardboiled said in the chat, which I thought he said Nick sold out. Well, my question was like, what did he gain? Because usually when you sell out, you gain something. I don't see a gain here.
Yeah. Cal Jameson, who's been on the show before, says, never apologize to the outrage mob. Damage is done. We'll never forgive you. And now you look weak to all the people who have been defending you. Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope Cal's doing okay. There were some moments where he kind of pissed off Malin, for good reason, by the way. I'm hoping he's starting to realize the same thing that Barucci's going to have to realize, is that Comicsgate is where the money is.
Yep.
But I think that, and like I said, I like Cal.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. I've had great conversations with him.
Some of the stuff I've seen recently, it's like, okay, he's coming, as they say, I hate to use the words back to the reservation, but you know what I mean? He's like, you know, it's like one of those, like, I went out for my spirit quest, and I found out the world is dark and scary, and I'm coming back home now, kind of thing. And I hope it worked, you know, and I hope it continues.
Come home, Cal.
Yeah.
This is where the fans are.
Exactly.
And I want to, you know, I still want Shinobi Sasquatch book 1, obviously, but I want there to be a book 2. And I want him and Rob to work on it, you know.
Chaos Sonic said in the check, I was trying to find Peregrine because it looks good. Hey, Hardboiled, get him a link. What's wrong with you?
Yep.
Be a good mod.
Mods. On it.
Gonna start ordering them around. Hey. Ordering around your mods.
But, massive ratio on this.
Yeah.
Mecha Gaijin Kaiju. I've seen this guy around too. He spends money.
Yep.
I have every CG Dynamite cover. I was gonna buy this too. You should have ignored the whiners. Just sold books. Amen to that, man. Just sell the fucking hot dogs.
Yep.
You know. Let's see here. I'm looking to see who else. Like, there's a lot of people like, this is fucking dumb. There are people who are not Comicsgate that are saying this is stupid.
Yeah. Because now it's, you know, they don't. You know, Micah, they really miscalculated because I saw, you know, Az from Heel versus Babyface. He's talking about it. Doomcock's talking about it. And you know, hey, Hardboiled, we actually agree with Doomcock about something.
Well, that's more Ultimate Agent. Ultimate Agent's like Stop,
Oh yeah, that's it.
Stop it! I get it already.
Hey, okay, Ultimate Agent, if you're listening, we agree with something with Doomcock. Micah, he finally did it.
Now leave me alone about him. Shit.
Oh Lord, you don't like the way a style a guy does a stream, and you know, he's like, you hate him. Like, I didn't say I hated him.
Yeah. One of the guys who wants to go to war with me actually thinks that I hate him. I'm like, no, I love Ultimate Agent.
Yeah.
He can just get a little one-track minded sometimes about the YouTubers he loves, which is fine. He's a dedicated fan, though, and that's what I like about him.
I am sorry, Hardboiled. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus like that. Hardboiled's he's the
Snyder
guy.
Snyder guy. Right? Yep, Snyder Cut.
All right, yeah. You're still wrong about that. But
I don't know, man. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the Snyder Cut.
I joke. I'm glad for the fans because ultimately it's what the fans want.
Yes.
You know, so.
The opposite of this decision.
Yeah.
Barucci! How the fuck? Does
HBO
DC
and DC and Zack Snyder can figure it out that, hey, let's give the fans what they want. This would be a great idea.
What the fuck? How?
I don't get how you could make. I mean, what was the book at? Like, what, 10K? And that was like, just like I said, 10K an hour before, this happened. Yeah, everybody, like,
even Quarter Black Garrett. This guy fucking hates Comicsgate.
Yeah.
Says, I guess you don't want to make money.
He's right. He's right.
Fucking Crowder simp. Like, fucking... Look, I like Steven Crowder, but Quarter Black Garrett would have to dig a hole to suck Mike Miller's dick. But it's the same fucking thing.
Quarter foot Garrett.
Yeah.
But no.
By the way, here's something fun for you.
Okay.
Mike S. Miller looks like Dan Hibiki.
He does.
You will never unsee it.
I will not unsee it. You're right. Holy shit.
I pointed that out to somebody, and they're like, whoa. Well, when you he kind of acts like Dan Hibiki, too. So...
So, wait, Ultimate Agent is still holding a grudge. Ultimate Agent doesn't hold a grudge. He thinks how's the best way to put Ultimate Agent? I love the guy.
Yeah, he's great.
He thinks there's problems where there are no problems. Because you might make a comment like, he says, I don't like Doomcock's content. And he immediately thinks that means you hate Doomcock.
Yeah. Yeah, he legit thought that I hated fucking Mahler. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know anything about him! We have mutual friends.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay, now we got two people asked for the link to Peregrine. Hardboiled.
Fuck. Get to work. No simpy.
You gonna come in this chat? You think you're gonna mod? You gonna come in here? You gonna do some work?
Give me a fucking mic. Oh wait.
The numbers don't lie. And it's spelled disaster for you. That's pretty much what's going on. I mean, you think about it. Does nobody know Steiner math? The more you please fans, the more money you make. I ballpark. Micah, you might be, you might want to check it. I don't know, sometime. Out of all the CG creators, and I'm talking about Ethan, Art T. Bear, Dan Fraga, I guess you could throw Anna in that, as well. That Star Wars girl. Hell, I'm thinking there's quite a few people who have done covers. Huh? Kyle. I think I averaged out that's at least $300,000 that they've made off of these covers of books that were already printed.
Yeah.
That all they needed was covers. There's all the difference. You're getting 25 fucking goddamn dollars for a $4 book. So
Chaos Sonic says now he's got Peregrine, Three Knights, and Blade Devil. Today is a good day. That is a very good day.
It is a good day. Hell yeah.
I talked to RGE earlier today, actually.
I like RGE. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a very good dude.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay, so you're in the last year and a half since, and all this, at least, I'm just saying, on the very least, I'm looking at $300,000 that those covers have made for Dynamite.
Yeah.
And that's just on on the low end, I think. But and Cecil's would have probably topped out about 30,000-40,000.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, he made 10,000 in 2 days. So I'm from a marketing standpoint, and kind of once again it ties into the whole marketing thing. Why? Because Ethan's not going to do covers for you anymore. I heard Kyle Ritter's not going to do Green Hornet now.
Yep.
I think I heard that earlier. He's not doing Green Hornet. I'm pretty sure Anna's not going to work with him now.
Oh, definitely not.
That was a $50,000 campaign. Billy is, from what I understand, is pissed.
Yeah, for good reason.
Because he's losing money because of this shit.
Yep. Oh, not the last one says he backed but screwed himself from not getting the poster. You can always reback or edit your original order, I think. Mm-hmm. So not just if you want to do that, go for it.
Or are you talking about for
3 nights?
Yeah. Hardbold's getting on it now. He's like, here's the second time back peregrine. He's trying to make up for lost time.
There we go. Sebastian Marjorie says, "Holy shit, Micah knows RGE, my 2 favorite CG writers. I could die happy." Dude, RGE and I have known each other for years. Mm-hmm. He's been a big supporter of mine for a long time.
I got to know RGE in the last couple months. He's a good dude. I mean, straight up.
We've known each other for a while.
He is very steadfast in his convictions too. He does not like cancel culture. He might be he might not like something you do. I don't know, because like I said, but he will stand by you in the fact that he doesn't want to see people get canceled over bullshit.
Yeah. Because there's some stuff that he and I do not agree on. But at the same time, man, we have a common goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Angry Green Boss says he fed you a bad pineapple pizza. Dude, that Hawaiian pizza from Papa John's was fucking rank. It was so bad. I about threw up.
Mm-hmm. And you said the best one you ever get was from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars, yeah.
You went from, because I know for a fact, because Papa John's is kind of the one we usually go to. We've been going to Domino's lately because they deliver out where I live. But our Papa John's doesn't. But anyway, that's besides the point. But it's funny because I know how expensive Papa John's can be. And I know how inexpensive Little Caesars can be. And the best pineapple pizza you ever had was from Little Caesars. That blows my fucking mind.
Oh, yeah. It's hilarious.
But yeah, this whole thing, it did, the problem is this is going to embolden them for a bit. And that's a shame. It's a real shame because I think when I was watching Ethan earlier, Malin came in and here nor there or everywhere about Malin, but when he's on point, he's on point.
Yeah.
And he nailed it. He said this was a set. He said it's kind of a setback for Comicsgate in a way that it looked like we at least had an ally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now that the ally bent the knee. So that would be like you're depending, use a Game of Thrones reference. You're depending on the Lannisters to help you, but they've already bent the knee to the king.
Yeah.
You can never trust the Lannisters again. Why would you? Because they're Lannisters. But anyway,
yeah, fuck the Lannisters.
Yeah, I'm just using that as an example, right?
Fuck the king.
Or you could be like Tywin, who just absolute boss, walks up to the quote king. He says, "If you can't make the small council meetings, then maybe I can have arranged to have you carried."
While he's sitting on the Iron Throne.
And then, of course, my best one: the king is tired. See that he gets to bed,
and then he recommends him drinking Nightshade.
Yeah.
Like, oh no!
Anyone who has to say "I am the king" is no
true king. He's a great villain.
He's a great villain. And the thing is, he's kind of like, like I said, one of my favorite villains, Lex Luthor, right? Rich, but smart.
Yep. Real quick, yes, 2 donations.
Go for it.
Chaos Sonic throws in a buck again, says, "I will die happily if RGE secretly joins the stream." He's hinting at something. RGE is probably asleep right now. And then Bobcat says, I've had a story for 20 years about a comic about a super villain named Dr. Peregrine. Now I'm going to have to change it if I market it on Indiegogo. Dr. Hawk, you know.
Yeah, Dr. Hawk, Dr. Falcon, you know, something. You know, Dr. Eagle. You know, my mom had a doctor.
Dr. Eagle.
My mom had a doctor named Dr. Eagle.
Boo!
Yeah. It's kind of like, what was it? You remember that old webcomic like with Dr. McNinja?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Hardball Entertainment says ally op. That term is no go around here. I don't know the rules, man. What are you talking about? You're talking about no go. I'm just saying, as far as somebody who like somebody could work with, they look like somebody we could work with.
Yeah.
Because that sphere is very small.
Very. It's basically the only publisher that would really ever possibly have a CG cover or has actually like employed or distributed for CGers is Alterna.
Yeah.
And Pete, by the way, has not backed down. No. He had fucking JDA and Cummings harassing him.
And by
calling
the way,
police departments.
And he put them down too.
Oh yeah.
And then what's funny is like Cummings and JDA tried to say, well, if it wasn't for us, you would have never known the truth. We knew the truth. We believe Pete.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ, Phil. You and John are two of the dumbest human beings I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm. They're one of those people, they latch onto a bone and they got something. And it was probably fed to them by certain incels.
Certain Vox Day.
Well, I'm sure, but I'm sure I have suspicions. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Either way, that would be like saying like I heard Micah Curtis was arrested for murder in 1983. So Michael
that should be hilarious.
Yeah.
I was born in '85.
Yeah, it's like wow, Micah killed somebody before he was born. What a fucking Chad.
Well, they already eat people, so.
Well, yeah. You break them.
You gotta tenderize the meat, man.
Question: is a solid get lost a good for defense against the NPCs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just ignore them.
Yeah, if they start bothering me, I just go. It's like, why don't you go play hide and go fuck yourself?
Mm-hmm. It's like that one. I think Micah's dealt with him before. He's had to no simpy him. I think his name was a King Crypto or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his little crypto dog, crowned icon, little, you know what?
He tried to say that that I didn't write the character of Terry Trevor's a 40-year-old black man like a 40-year-old black man. And I'm like, you do understand I'm from Chicago, right?
Right.
Like you're fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. What was it? He would always like for the first week when Peregrine was coming out. Of course, you've seen my tweets about Peregrine. I'm trying to be so uplifting with him. It's like thank you for it and blah blah blah. And he goes, another shit CG book. I just think, I look, no retweets, no engagement. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And of course, next thing I know, Piper's over there talking to him like, Piper, no.
Oh God.
But yeah, and I saw one time you just flexed on him pretty hard. And he's just one of those Ren suck ups,
Oh yeah. She's never gonna fuck you, I think is what I said to him.
Yeah, pretty much. She's never gonna, and like I said, he was the only one that really tried to be negative about the campaign. And I says, you did a good job. You negative us to $40-some thousand. That's a good job, buddy. You did great. Proud of you. You want a cookie? Want some candy? I mean, I got money now. I can go get you these things. Oh God, hard boiled. Like Zack Snyder Superman greater than Bendis Superman. Zack Snyder Batman greater than. What are you doing? Come on, man.
Zack Snyder Batman is not better than anything.
Ooh.
No. No, Batfleck is awful. The only thing he's got is good taste in suits.
Now, but we can't say this, that he ain't no simp.
It's true. He's just fucking crazy!
Well, I think I'd rather be crazy than a damn mommy simp. Like, let me just be honest.
Yeah, but it's Selena Kyle at least.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, just
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
not the last one in the chat says I could get Blade Devil, but the problem is I can't explain it to my family.
Dude, just don't get that one cover. You're fine.
I know, right?
You got to buy the 3-pack to get that cover, so don't buy that 3-pack. God, I'm telling people don't buy Raging Golden Eagles. What am I promising?
Oh God.
He put a. Did you see that where he put like a panel up of his main? You know, it's like the main character, like, you know, sprawled out on the ground, and then she has this shocked look on her face in the next panel. And I just put up, it was an old Spider-Man meme that said, "I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going."
Yeah.
Oh man. All-Star
goodness.
Superman, that Superman comic. As far as a Superman story, it was a very good Superman story. I'll say that. I thought All-Star Superman was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It was All-Star Batman when we realized that Frank went crazy. Like, what?
I
what
love that comic for all the wrong fucking reasons.
It's like everything is so wrong, but it's so funny, right? And so right? Like,
the best part for me is fucking the so DC had this massive promotion for the Green Arrow wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And that same month there is an issue of All-Star Batman and Robin, where Batman bangs Black Canary.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh no! God damn it, Frank, you psycho! I love you.
yeah. It was just all the things that were in that book. Like I said, they were so wrong, but you know, whatever. It was Frank Miller, right? Like,
Exactly. Well, that's kind of what I loved about it.
mm-hmm.
You know, it was so fucking crazy. I can only imagine how Jim Lee felt while he was doing it. Like, this man has gone truly insane.
Yes. Like, brothers, I think that we have lost him.
Yeah. Chaos Sonic here says, on the bright side, on RGE's Blade Devil's second cover, at least you can show your family you're not gay.
True. Jesus, I don't know what the Green Goblin's wife looks like. What?
You mean Gwen Stacy?
Oh.
Somewhere Hatman's going, ah!
I guess he wasn't a fan of that story either, huh?
I bring it up just to piss him off.
It was so, like, when they did that was so, because everything about that was out of character for Gwen, right?
That's what I find so funny about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what
Who
the
wrote
fuck?
that? Whose idea was that?
I don't even remember the name of the story. I'd look it up to find, like, who the writer was. It wasn't J. Michael Straczynski. It was the guy before him.
The Gwen twins and the
Yeah, like it was the Goblin twins.
yeah.
It was hilarious.
I always said we wouldn't have this problem if you didn't keep killing off Osborns.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because, like, I said, oh god, it made me so mad. I remember because, you know, this is around this time Spider-Man 300 and all that stuff. You know, of course, with that epic, you know, McFarlane cover.
Yeah.
I mean, all that stuff. They had a storyline going where it said, I think they called it the Goblin's Last Flight or something like that, where Harry was the Goblin, and it was basically like he gets killed. But the thing is, he gets killed in front of his son, and so his son, who's nothing but a child, like 3 years old, suddenly starts hating Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, would this kid even have a concept of hate? Because they made the kid look like he was insane, like he was evil, like he went from like, I'm just a babu, right, to kill Spider-Man. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the? And like I said, this is the '90s, so whatever. But still, it was like, it's kind of like I was reading Spider-Man 300 the other day, and they had a story in there for think it was a lizard story where Kirk Connors was trying to cure himself.
Mm-hmm.
And Spider-Man was trying to say, no, no, if you use that tech, which I think it was Kingpin tech, he said it's booby trapped and it will kill you, right? And but his son had convinced himself, he's like, my dad is no longer my dad, so I must kill my father. And so it was half the time Spider-Man was trying to stop the lizard, but at the same time trying to stop the lizard's son from killing him. That's like, man, the 90s was rough.
Yeah, but the reason that I give Hatman so much shit is Mary Jane Watson's the reason I love redheads. I ain't even gonna lie. But let's be honest about something. This is Hatman's pick. This is my pick.
Well, I know what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, obviously I am the guy with the superior taste. You have Genera Blonde.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Blends in with the furniture. Wants to bang you on every single piece of furniture in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I've dated redheads, guys. Like, seriously.
She won't lie when she says he hit the jackpot. I mean,
yeah. Mary Jane is awesome. Gwen Stacy's fucking boring. So I always bring that up, or I will say I'm going to dedicate this song to Gwen Stacy. It's called "Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck."
I've seen you do that on Twitter, and he's like, "Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this to me again?"
I remember that. Oh gosh, poor Hatman.
Oh, it's called Sins Past. That's the.
Oh, that's the story. Okay.
Yeah. Chaos Sonic says, "And Micah Michelson, Hatman, stay in line. I will force you to read Sins Past."
Oof. That might be enough. I mean, you might never have to tell him to get back to work again.
Idea. Oh, it was Straczynski that wrote it.
Oh,
really?
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised by that.
I'm still shocked that the man who wrote Rising Stars wrote that. Rising Stars is one of my favorite independent books. But yes,
oh, do I want to do it?
Do it.
I am so tempted to buy the graphic novel and send it to Hatman.
Do it.
I'm going to do that at some point when he's not expecting it. It's just going to show up at his door.
Open in the mail. No, and you tell him I sent you something. I want you to do an unboxing video. Because I just want to hear, no!
He's just going to look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, God.
Beautiful cover right here. I like that. Do it live. Yeah. No, hey, I'm sending you a package. Don't open it until the stream.
Oh God, the chat's being awesome because the chat is the chat, and the chat is sometimes even more savage than I would. Darth Bobcat says we didn't even know what Gwen would be like in bed. Not the last one says, well, we know she would get whiplash easy. That's what I should start sending Hatman instead of Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck. Yeah. The song goes out to Gwen Stacy. It's Whiplash by Metallica. I'm doing that right now. I have to.
Torture. Well, he said we don't know. Somebody said we don't know what Gwen Stacy would be like in bed. Well, that's Norman. I mean, Norman knew apparently. I mean, he was.
Oh my God.
Like that. No one tell Hatman do all of that. We're coming up with plans to make Hatman's life a living hell.
All right, give me 1 second.
Genghis Khan says, "Do it live." Oh man, are you actually doing?
Everybody go retweet that right now.
Where are you? I need you.
Oh God, I'm laughing so hard I'm sweating.
Oh, that's so good. Fuck.
Oh fuck me.
Oh God, where's it? There it is. Yep, retweet. All right, that was the first one, boys. Come on.
I'm putting this cover back up because I just like to marvel at it sometimes. It's so good.
Yeah, I love that cover.
I told Preston because he said something on Twitter. He's like, I hear Dynamite's threatening to get rid, or you had a bunch of people threatening to go. It's like there's plenty of people in CG that you could hire. And I'm like, yeah, if they brought on the team that's doing fucking 3 nights, they'd sell a lot of Vampirella.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm sure you could. I'm sure you have you could have a Vampirella story in you somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now I said they were talking about like Cecil, which I think would actually be a good dad. He needs to readapt that cover and offer it on Cash Grab.
Yeah, I would agree. Pick a couple different girls from CG
I said
characters.
I offered Peregrine. I said they can use Peregrine.
You do like Peregrine and Lady Alchemy, or Peregrine and that one chick from Deathsworn.
Yeah, or to make it like Peregrine and Ardana, because that would fit. That would fit Red Sonja, And oh man, Mike Murphy's wife Selena did a cool little chibi thing of Ardana like making Red Sonja bow down.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cute. Let me I'll pop you a link to you. Hold on a second. Sorry. Oh, servant of God responded to that tweet. Oof. For those wondering, this is a joke. No, don't tell them it's a joke. We're totally serious. We're totally serious about everything we do. Isn't that right, Micah?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Hatman's gonna be like, what is this? He's gonna wake up in the morning and go, oh God damn it, he picked a new song. People are gonna have to just start feeding me songs about like Whiplash and shit like that. Mm-hmm.
You know what you need to do is kind of like just do like you're a DJ for a little bit, and
just have it all be songs about breaking necks.
Yep. Here you go. You do this because I know you've seen this on Ethan's channel. Have it where it's like tonight we have a dedication. It's for Gwen from Norman, and it'll be like I want to smang it. I want to smang it, y'all.
Oh
all
goodness!
Day, every day.
Hardbuild's got a question for us. Speaking of CG babes, what's the news on a swimsuit edition? Will we see Peregrine in a bikini soon, or what?
There are a few people who are doing some swimsuit edition stuff, and I haven't been asked yet, but I'm open to it. Got no problem with it.
Yeah, I actually already volunteered Angelica from Inglewood.
Mm-hmm. And see, I put it in the private chat if you want to.
Right. Real quick, Darth Bobcat threw in a buck and says, "There's a Vampirella story in Micah somewhere, most likely below the waist." Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So, like, after I saw this, I said, when I saw that tweet earlier, I said, I hope I need somebody to now have Peregrine throwing Vampy into the sun.
There you go.
Yeah. There she go.
Oh, nice.
Cecil cover with Ashara and Luna. That's Blade Devil, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty much. Go back Ardana. It's still he's got a new campaign of it. It's got a new cover. It's got some new cool stuff. It's already outperformed the original run too. So.
Oh yeah.
It's doing really well. And back Rocket Gal too later though.
Exactly.
And sign up for the Super Dead name. So might as well hit them all, right? Like.
Super Dead looks really good.
It does. Yeah. It does really good. And oh yeah, sign up for Charlie's London mailing list.
That one I'm interested in too, just because I don't really know that much about Charlie Chaplin.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool, like the biographical idea she's got for that. think it'll be very cool.
Oh yeah. Not to mention she's got the support of the estate.
Yeah. Micah in a thong comic book cover. Ooh. I don't know if the world's ready for that.
No.
Micah says, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah. I need to drop a lot of weight before I consider anything like that. Though I basically said if I ever got shredded again, which has only happened once in my life, I would probably, I would never wear a shirt. It wouldn't be sleeveless comics, it'd be shirtless comics at that point.
That's about my friend one time, and he used to play football and stuff. So at one point in his life, he was pretty jacked up, right? And he said one time he said he don't know what happened. He went to bed and he went to sleep. He said I think it's because my wife was watching those what do you call it, like those Big Brother.
Yeah.
And those dudes are always walking around with those shirts on and stuff. And he said for some reason in my dream, he said I was like on that show. He said, but man, I was hot, I was cut, I wanted to fuck myself.
Oh man. That's funny as shit.
What if you did Vampirella meets Blarg?
Nah.
What's Blarg?
Blarg is a funny story. So okay. Blarg is the one comedy book I have planned for the future.
Ah, okay.
So the joke is, I had 2 D&D characters. I had a character, and each one resembled a mood. If I went in wanting to just role play a character that, because there was no healer in the group, I would play as a cleric with the patron deity being Bahamut. And which gives you like turn undead and all this other really cool shit whenever zombies show up. And whenever we had a healer, which was fairly often, I would play a half-orc barbarian named Blarg.
Okay.
And the reason he is named Blarg is it's the last noise that his mother made before she died giving birth to him.
Yeah, very interesting. Very
yeah.
interesting.
So, I said to myself at one point, why not make a story about this character? Because his hijinks are stupidly hilarious. So, and the gimmick with him is actually the way that I have the story planned out is that he is like the last of his line because his grandfather got so pissed off that he basically committed all of the men to a war to a whatchamacallit, a Thermopylae situation. And they all died, leaving only the women. And no way to reproduce.
Oh no.
Thus the half-orc people became a thing, but they're very rare.
Right.
Because the orcs don't want to bang pasty humans.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of funny.
Oh no, I've seen some things on Pornhub. Never mind. It's funny you mentioned D&D. When I played, and this is 4th edition, so forgive me.
How dare you?
I know, right? And it's kind of like you said. You had that one character that was like your serious character, right? And mine was a dragonborn shaman. His name was Ryujin. He was, very powerful in the spirits and in the elements.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And so that was my serious character. And then we said one night we were just kind of on a fun game, right? So just make any character you want. And we broke the rules. It's like anything that's a monster or anything, you can make it into a character, right? So I decided I made a bugbear that I named Sir Barapopoulos. And he wore a monocle and top hat. He spoke perfect, pristine Queen's English. And anytime he attacked, he would go, marmalade.
Oh, good Lord.
So, I've known many people, too. It's kind of like, you're talking about, like, you'd probably do a comedy book about Blarg. I said, you could, some of the role play stuff you play. We're putting together right now something called Cartoon Action Hour, where we're, Xavier's literally drawing me a new character and more something I can actually put on a T-shirt instead of what this is, which Hasbro would sue the fuck out of me.
Oh yeah.
So, and we're making these characters up, and I started looking at like some of the stuff we were coming up with. I was like, guys, we could turn this into a comic book. It's literally my thought process is always now is like this could be a comic book, So,
well, it's a good it's a very very good thought process to have, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Dragonborn were they were a thing in the 4th edition. Pretty cool race. I mean, that was probably one of the cooler things of 4th edition. Them and I think it was the mountain people.
Yeah.
They were like because the mountain people were like 8 to 10 feet tall and stuff. So.
Dude, I had a Dragonborn in 4th edition for the little time I played it. It was basically Guts, but a dragon. Because I had no original ideas. I'm like, he's a big fucking dragon with a giant sword. Mm-hmm. Fuck it, I'm just making Guts. Like, just fuck it.
I remember, and this one, my Bugbear one, it was another campaign. I think I made a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a Dragonborn warrior, kind of like you're talking about. Probably what yours was, a warrior. And no, it was a paladin. I was like, because I was like put like weird things with dragons. I was like, this is gonna be a paladin. This is gonna be a shaman. Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they? Well, that's a good point. But and one of our friends, he was DMing for the first time, right? So he was really going by the book because he never DM'd before, right? And we got to the part, it's like, there's a pit in front of you. And the first thing one of my other friends says, I want to go in the pit. And I said, we don't need to go in the pit. He said, I'm going in the pit. I said, you don't need to go in the pit. I said, can I roll for action to punch the Hobbit? Because they were one of the smaller races, so I just called it the Hobbit.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, you can't roll for action to punch the Hobbit. And I was like, well, can I in any way stop him from crawling down this damn thing? He says, if he rolls initiative and he gains it, he can crawl down the thing. I say, oh, God, okay, fine. I knew it was going to be a bad day. If it was on my stream, it would be right now, Richard would be up here saying, yeah, it was a bad idea.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, we just started this game. We were probably level 2. Yeah, he crawls down the pit. I don't see anything. I say, well, come back up. And he goes, I rolled to turn on my torch. I'm like, no, this is bad. Nothing good is in pits. Right? Yep. Lit the candle. Level 32 dragon.
Oof.
And of course the dragon wakes up, so it put us all into combat, right?
Yeah.
And they said, got to me. So what do you want to do? I said, can I roll to run the fuck away? Because I didn't want to do this in the first place, right? He said, no. I was like, damn it. I rolled. It was like, what the bad thing was, this is one of the best roll games I ever did. I was rolling natural 20s like it was nothing. But I wasn't doing shit in this thing. A level 2 ain't going to do much to a level 32 dragon, no matter how many critical hits you hit on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah.
It was just like, we were just at that point waiting to die. And eventually wiped out, and he got mad. The DM got mad. He said, I'm never DM again. I was like, well, I said, you should have convinced him not to go down the pit like I was trying to do.
Yep. The back to Blarg, the thing about him that I have, the joke with Blarg is that technically speaking, he is a prince of 2 kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about him is that his father is the king, like the king, and he is the firstborn son.
Oh no!
But the only reason that he is the prince that was like hidden in the castle is because his. I will admit I have a thing for Asian girls.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a similar thing. For some reason, orcish women he had a thing for. And basically the way that I'm going to draw Blarg's mom is that she's like a green Trish Stratus with like an underbite.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm going to... Basically the way that I want to do it is I want people to actually be like... So the king had an orc fetish? And then you see the said orc and you go, maybe? Yeah, maybe. I might.
Yeah, yeah,
I might.
yeah. I mean, if everything else is in place, that's fine, right? Like, you know.
Yeah, just gotta be careful when you kiss.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be part of the joke. Is like he's yeah, it's just little things like that. Like he was so ashamed of the fact that he had this fetish that he hides his kid so that nobody ever knows that there's actually a prince. So
Right.
just little things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention another thing about Blarg that's kind of funny is like he really doesn't like bartenders who cut him off.
Oh.
So he's been banned from half the bars in the region. Because he will just knock the bartender out and then reach over and grab himself another ale. Because he's an orc, like a half orc. Like, good luck getting him drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's getting cut off like he's a human.
Mm-hmm.
So like little stuff like that is like what I really wanted to do with him, because he's not like, I don't want to make him like a barbarian. I wanted to make him a mercenary.
Yeah.
So, but the working title of that book is The Adventures of Blarg and Bob.
Oh God, there's a Bob.
There is a Bob. Now, Bob is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Bob is a walking gag. Bob is actually a fairly talented swordsman.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find his full name because I can never remember it. Blah 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 blah.
What happened to the king? Death by snooze.
Shh. No, the king's still alive.
Mm-hmm. So he survived the encounter.
Yes. Oh, it's Roberto Malente the 14th.
Ah.
You would think that by his name that he was somebody of
Stature,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nope. He just comes from a family of pretentious as fuck farmers.
And they just couldn't think of another name, apparently.
Yeah, just Roberto, constantly, for over 1,000 years. So yeah, Blarg would that's kind of the thing about them is like, Bob is oddly enough the straight man.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a point like I plan on the book like starting off with Blarg has killed somebody he shouldn't, and he's basically like sitting on the battlefield. There's a bunch of just corpses laying around, and he's just sipping on a mug of beer, and Bob's standing behind him. He goes, "You killed all of them?"
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. And he talks in third person like The Rock.
Ah, so
Blarg did not think that this was such a bad idea.
Yeah. I'm just kind of seeing, in my mind's eye, I'm seeing Bob as the guy who gets dragged into adventures that he didn't want to be a part of.
Yeah. There's oftentimes like jobs that Roberto does not want to take, but Blarg signs up for it while his back is turned.
Yeah.
Because it'll lead to a good fight.
Yeah.
The superhuman quote unquote element of Blarg, the thing that makes him really special, is that there's not a single weapon that he's ever picked up that he doesn't know how to use.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of like what makes the orcs legendary. I don't really make them monsters. They were just hermits in a sense. They all lived underground. The gimmick with them is that they could use anything and turn it into a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So that also means that there's going to be a funny fight where Blarg fights off a troll with 2 frying pans. Mm-hmm. So just little things like that.
See, I kind of always equated I'm a Warcraft fan, so obviously I equated at least the Warcraft orcs always to Klingons, right?
Mm-hmm.
For honor and glory, if you die in battle, then it was a worthy death, yada yada yada.
Yeah, very Spartan. Very Spartan.
Very Spartan, and that does not mean that you don't might end up with a leader who's an asshole, and decide, hey, let's go conquer the world. Okay, sounds like fun,
Yeah, that's what happened to the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he, kind of where I got some inspiration for Blarg was like Candace Ordo from Nice Old Republic, but but funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, little stuff like that. I don't know. I really like the idea of a fight between Blarg and a troll, and he gets caught without his weaponry, so he has to use kitchen appliances to kill the damn thing. Mm-hmm. And I was inspired by, I remember this old Deathstroke comic where Slade gets knocked into a kitchen and he doesn't have anything to shield himself from bullets, so he uses a giant wok. And he tells Wintergreen, he goes, "Let's walk and roll." And I'm like, that is an actual sentence that was written in a comic book.
And it was said by Slade Wilson.
Said by Slade Wilson,
yeah.
Written by Marv Wolfman.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So, but no, like fighting the big thing off with like frying pans and chucking kitchen knives at it and just stuff like that. I'm like, that would be hilarious, you know. And not to mention writing fight scenes is kind of my forte anyway.
Yeah. You already got a backer for that one apparently.
Hell yeah, man! People are gonna love that. How is Blarg with the ladies? Not really something he considers that often. Mm-hmm. He's not gay or anything like that. He's just not. He's a warrior. You know. Yeah. He really likes to fight.
Yeah.
He just really likes to fight, and he'll find
like,
excuses to fight.
It's kind of like in the Conan movies until he met when he met Valyria finally. A woman was just that's something to do when I'm not fighting.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he's not really a. Somebody would have to be his equal, in a sense, for him to even pay attention to a woman as anything other than a conversation.
Yeah. Or
somebody bringing him a beer.
Right.
Somebody sent me a thing on Twitter, apparently. One sec.
I wonder if it's a response to a...
Blah, 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 blah. Drunk Ed wants to know, have you listened to Aces High by Metallica? So Metallica did a cover of Aces High by Iron Maiden? I was unaware of that.
Oh.
Spider-Man's reaction to Gwen's death.
Oh, no.
What is this?
This might be a good closeout.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
Share audio. Here we go.
All right. And don't forget to turn audio on. Yeah. Like the name? Imperial Scum. That's good.
What up, fuckers? I just wanted to take a moment to run through Gwen Stacy's death in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's towards the end of the movie, you know it. You've got Goblin Spidey fighting. She's falling down the shaft. Peter's giving it every fucking thing he's got. He flings out his web, tries to save her. He gets her, but he misses and bang! A little bit too late. It's pretty fucking brutal to watch. Let's check it out, though.
This guy is an incredibly skinny Spider-Man.
Yeah, he is. Oh, here we go.
Incredibly difficult to watch. Let's check it out again in slow motion. We've almost got it. Let's just take one more fucking look though. Even slower. Oh no. We've all got the point. Now for those who are a little bit more twisted, like myself, let's check it out on repeat. Spider-Man, he can do things, but he can't say Gwen. Double tug. Does anyone Anyone else feel like playing with a yo-yo? Hey, I'm normal.
That's outrageous.
Oh my god.
I'm sweating again.
Oh man. That hurt. That hurt my chest. Holy shit. I laughed so hard.
My cheeks hurt. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
I am.
People try to tell me her neck snapped. Her head didn't hit the floor. Her head hit the floor. She bashed her head on the fucking floor. That's what happened. I need the channel link now.
Oh my god. That was beautiful.
Send this to Hatman. I'm gonna go make a GIF of that. You know, the the repeat. And send that to Hatman.
Oh, you have to. Like, oh.
It's like, hey, Hatman. Also,
That was glorious.
oh man, what a way to close out a stream. Yeah. Okay, y'all are sad. Yeah, still funny though. No, we're happy. That was hilarious.
I put it in my Discord server. It's fucking Hat, man. Oh god, I love Hat. He's a great business partner. But
Yeah, you gotta give him a little bit of something sometimes.
oh yeah, I just put the link in the chat there, guys, so you guys can watch it and tweet it to Hatman. But
shame him.
anytime you need to shame the Hatman, that might be the new shame the Hatman button. Is
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Repeat though. That was the best part. The fucking he's like, no, let's watch it on repeat. And then he started singing the Spider-Man.
that was glorious.
So good. So fucking good. Yeah.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, like Mary Jane all the way.
Yep.
It is clear that the Sleeveless Army prefers Mary Jane over Gwen Stacy. Case closed. All right, before we take off, do not forget, back 3 nights, 4 days. If you have not already, we are at 252 backers, $14,650. Peregrine Wings of the Falcon. Did you pick up any backers today yet?
No.
During the broadcast. So I think somebody said they backed it today, but well, you're still not too far away from 44K. Hopefully you'll get it. Xenotype almost at 60,000. And then Martina's Lady Alchemy Mutus Liber almost at it'll probably get to 53,000. It's definitely taken new life after she ditched those scumbags and brought on Vaughn and the new artist. So
yeah, somebody who actually knows what they're doing.
Amen to that. Yeah. I'm gonna have to edit the description of the video and get those in. So,
yep.
All right, folks. I think we're pretty much taken care of. Thank you all for a really, really fun stream. But I gotta get to work.
Mm-hmm.
So, fun times all around.
That's right.
All right, folks. For Chief Justice Optimus, by the way, don't forget to subscribe to Graded Point 5 if you haven't already. What is your next guy's show?
Tomorrow night, we're having on somebody that Piper booked, and when we asked her for the link so we could make a thumbnail, she forgot.
Oh, goodness.
So there will be a show tomorrow night, is what I'm saying. So
fair enough.
10 o'clock Eastern. Will be 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Don't come into a.m. I'll be asleep. So check us out then. We'll be having a good show.
Yep. So, hail to the Sleeveless Army. We will see you guys next time.